And good evening to you. Welcome to high school football action on Central Illinois Sports. Week 9 of the IHSA football season, and we're live from Glen C. Smithfield, where the 1-7 Pittsfield Sockies play host to the 1-7 Riverton Hawks. Good evening to you. I'm Charlie Hull. John's alongside tonight as well. It's the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. Senior night for the Sockies, trying to make it 2 in a row to end the season. The Riverton Hawks trying to end their season on a high note as well. We think it'll be a competitive contest here tonight, and we're certainly glad you've chosen to join us. We'll pause for a break here. When we come back, we'll have a look at the senior night festivities from Glen C. Smithfield. Stay tuned on Central Illinois Sports.
Wish you had extra cash for a vacation, a boat, a new car, projects around the house? Free up more cash for the things you want by taking advantage of low interest rates. Refinance your home with Great Rivers Bank and keep more of your money by lowering your monthly payment. Start the process online at greatriversbank.bank and work with one of our experienced loan officers to get the lowest rate possible. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Did you know that Prairie Land FS doesn't just sell seed? They treat it and box it right here at one of their local facilities, then deliver it to your farm or fields. Growers trust Prairie Land FS to deliver top-performing crop protection products that promise the best performance before, during, and after the growing season. Prairie Land FS, your leading supplier of choice.
Hey, West Central Illinois, are you looking for a great deal on a vehicle? Well, at Westtown Ford, we have a lot full of vehicles. Cars, trucks, vans, SUVs. We've got them all, and a lot of them, at Westtown Ford in Jacksonville.
I am Shelley Brinicke. I'm a lifelong resident of Pike County. Pike County is a part of me, and I am distressed by the serious clerical and financial issues of the county right now. These clerical issues affect all county residents. It will take transparent communication and hard work to solve them. As county clerk, I would research, learn, and know the duties of the office. I'm conscientious, meticulous, and dedicated. I believe Pike County deserves the best in their elected officials, and that best can only come from a servant heart. Vote Shelley Brinicke for Pike County Clerk.
Paid for by Shelley Brinicke for Pike County Clerk.
Welcome back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. Great Rivers Bank with locations in Barry, Pittsfield, Liberty, and Hannibal. Here to serve the entire region with all of your banking needs. Learn more about all of their services at greatriversbank.bank. The Sockies and the Hawks tonight, Pittsfield and Riverton. And both teams 1-7 on the year, John. Both coming off of seasons where they were 4-5 last year, so unable to continue that momentum they got last year with a few more victories, but both of them would like to win this game here tonight to cap off the season with a victory.
Yeah, they're certainly both looking for another victory tonight. 2 wins is always twice as many as one, right? So, maybe springboard you into having some success coming into next year.
This Riverton outfit, man, they saw a lot of changes not only in player personnel, but their head coach from last year resigned about 2 weeks before the first days of practice, so they bring in Colton Piper as the head coach, and they took some lickings early on, but they're a team that's really improved as the season's gone along, and some of that is just you just have to get used to some new things that are going to happen. Even if you're running a similar style on offense and defense, you have a new head coach, things are going to be a little bit different, and so that takes some time, and you're hoping that for the Riverton Hawks and for Coach Piper that they are able to get some things figured out and make this a consistent program at Riverton, because they have some good athletes and have had some good athletes over the years.
Yeah, they always seem to have good athletes on the basketball side. Are usually a little more competitive in that sport, but they just kind of a conundrum on the football side for the last several years at least, kind of like Rushville has been in the past with basketball, where they have football and track athletes and just don't seem to be able to figure out the basketball side.
The Sockies coming off of a 24-14 victory over Petersburg Porta last week, a game they were down 14-6 at one point, and came back, took an 18-14 lead and won that game 24-14 with a touchdown in the final 5 minutes or so of that contest. It was a game for the Sockies that they were able to minimize mistakes for the most part, and got off the field on 3rd down and 4th down when they needed to. Played the field position game, I thought, rather well last week. They're going to have to do those things again here tonight. Play field position, minimize mistakes, and get rid of some of those extracurricular things that have plagued them the last couple of weeks.
Well, that's what I was going to say, is you probably allow one less touchdown because you get off the field there on a fourth and long play that ended up with a roughing the passer penalty that gave Riverton life, and then they ended up scoring a touchdown on, or you might have been up most of that game, never been down 14-6.
Let's pause for a break here on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Senior night festivities next.
Hi, this is Clint Weir. As a law enforcement officer, you trust me every day to fight for justice and seek the truth. You trust me to serve your family and your friends with compassion and understanding. And most importantly, you trust me to lead Pike County with grace and dignity. Now I'm asking you to trust me once again. My little brother, Gage, is running for Pike County Treasurer. As Treasurer, Gage will continue to fight for transparency and fairness to ensure that Pike County continues to be the best place to live and raise a family. You put your trust in me to serve my community. Now I'm asking you to trust my little brother, Gage Weir, to continue a legacy of quality and excellence. Vote Gage Weir for Pike County Treasurer this November.
Paid for by Gage Weir for Pike County Treasurer.
Back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show, it is senior night. First, the cross-country athlete, Braden Viley. He's the son of Adam and Tina Viley. Congratulations to Braden. He had a good cross-country career, and they've actually run their regional tomorrow at Porta, and we wish him the best. Hopefully get a chance to advance to the sectional. On the golf side of things, Caden Anstead. He's the son of Patrick Anstead and Heather Anstead. Nolan Daniel, the son of Brian and Becky Daniel. Jamison Noble, the son of Justin and Jennifer Noble. Next up, Abe Welburn. Abe had a nice senior season on the golf side, the son of Andy and Lisa Welburn. I remember Abe in 8th grade. He wasn't nearly as tall as that, John. He really sprung up there in his high school years, especially when he was standing next to Justin Noble. And then on the ladies' side of things on the golf team, Lauren Williams, the daughter of Richie and Amy Williams. The golf team, both the men's and ladies, had a really nice season, and they have a lot to be proud of with their head coach, James Felpash. On the flag squad side, Jaden Miller, the daughter of Don Miller, being recognized as the senior representative on the flag team. On the Saukette side of things, you have Caitlin Friesmeyer, the daughter of Brent and Cindy Friesmeyer. And also you have Chloe Opitz, who is the daughter of Dylan Opitz and Michelle Opitz. On the football cheer side, Soren Pine, the daughter of Chris and Petra Pine, and Addie Terpstra, the daughter of Michael Terpstra and Veronica Ward. That moves us on to the football players. Ashton Einson, who is the son of Tim and Nicole Einson. We've seen Ashton out there this season on the special team side quite a bit, and also playing some defensive line. Jeremiah Jackson, the son of Julia Sidwell. Jeremiah, of course, one of the better covered corners in the area, and also does a nice job on the receiving side of things. A couple of years starter for the football team. So Jeremiah being recognized.
I do apologize. I have screwed up here.
Uh-oh. Messed up on the list here. They still have Chloe Opitz, the daughter of Dylan Opitz and Michelle Opitz. They did not get out there, so she'll come out right in the middle of the football team. Chloe always said she wanted to be on the football team. Also, we have Taylor Lacey, the daughter of Anthony and Rachel Lacey, being recognized. Now they'll jump back into the football players. So Levi Kendall, the son of Becky Elmore and the late Derek Kendall. Levi being recognized here on senior night. Then Eli Leonard, the son of Leroy Leonard and Avril Leonard. Eli had a big touchdown last week in the win over Petersburg on the receiving side of things. Also has done a nice job on the defensive side. Weston McAllister, the son of Corey and Crystal McAllister. Good to see Weston back out there. Got a little banged up last week, but sporting the knee brace today and ready to go in what will be his final game as a Socky. Jason McKee, the son of Michael and Shelly McKee. Jason, a tough kid, no bigger than he is. You take a look at him, he's not a very big lad, but he really runs hard and with some power when he gets the ball in the backfield. Aiden Poore, the son of Justin and Amber Poore. Aiden plays on the receiver side a little bit, playing some defensive back, and also has done the extra point kicking duties for the Sockies this year. Wyatt Potter, the son of Tony Potter and Erica Westfall. Wyatt is a receiver / tight end for the Sockies this year. Ethan Thompson, the son of Jason and Jennifer Thompson, plays the right guard position on the offensive line and really is a kid who always very positive, encouraging of his teammates, a kid you'd like to have on your squad at any time is Ethan Thompson. And last but not least is Lane Yelliott, the son of Derek and Jenna Yelliott. Of course, we've seen Lane really shine in the backfield throughout his career and also at that outside linebacker spot for the Sockies. That's a look at the seniors here. Golf, flags, cross country, football, cheerleading, Sockettes, and the football team. So congratulations to all of the seniors who are being recognized here tonight, and we thank them for their participation in Socky extracurricular activities. We pause for a break on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Back with more after this.
The caring and experienced professionals at Hamilton Funeral Homes are here to support you through this difficult time. We offer a range of personalized services to suit your family's wishes and requirements. You can count on us to help you plan a personal, lasting tribute to your loved one, and we'll carefully guide you through the many decisions that must be made during this challenging time. You're welcome to call us at any time of the day, any day of the week. Visit our funeral home in person or on the web at hamiltonfuneralhome.com. Call 217-593-6517. Camp Point Central Sports are proud to have Dear Wester Grain as a sponsor of this broadcast. Dear Wester Grain, there for you for all your grain and feed needs. Why don't you give them a call and check out all the locations of Dear Wester Grain? With locations in Golden, Paloma, Mount Sterling, Clayton, La Prairie, Liberty, Industry, Carthage, and Blandonsville. For more information, call Dear Wester Grain Services 696-4461. That's 696-4461, or on the web at dearwestergrain.com. Call Best Systems Builders for all your insulation needs. We are a full-service insulation contractor offering both open and closed cell spray foam, blown cellulose, and fiberglass installation. Best Systems has 2 BPI certified professionals ready to inspect your home or business today. You may qualify for incentives through the American Act on Energy program. Call Scott or Michael at 217-285-6005 for your free estimate, or visit us online at gobestsystems.com and start saving money on your energy bill today. Williams Auto Sales, 439 North 3rd in Quincy is your headquarters for quality used vehicles. Shop their 439 North 3rd location Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9 to 2. Check out their inventory of WilliamsAutoSalesQuincy.com or call Tony the Truck Guy at 217-223-3325. Williams Auto Sales, 439 North 3rd in Quincy, wishing the Panthers the best of luck this year. Give them a call at 217-223-3325. Williams Auto Sales. Abney Home Improvement is a family-owned company with Christian values. We have a passion for helping our customers find the best products at a great price. We understand making a large purchase of windows and doors for your home is a big investment. Our mission is to be completely upfront with you. We have built our business on trust and reputation. We depend on our customers to refer us to friends and family for their home improvement needs. Call 573-221-0886. We finish what we start with quality for you. Abney Home Improvements, 100% satisfaction is what we build our business on.
Welcome back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. The Pittsfield Sockies and the Riverton Hawks here in the final game of the 2022 regular season. John, neither one of these teams will be playing in the postseason, but there will be 256 teams who will find out where they are playing their postseason games tomorrow evening. And
if you're a 9-0 or 8-1, you're going to be at home.
Yep.
Unless bad things happen.
Well, no, there's no way to not be a host at 9-0 or 8-1, and they will be. And the playoffs are definitely an exciting time of the year.
They are, and Charlie, I thought we were going to have more excitement because before the season started, the IHSA had said that they were going to put all teams across all classes in a 1-32 and crown a champion. You know, like have the best two teams at the end, hopefully, instead of having them play in the quarters.
Yeah, where the one would play the number 32,
yeah.
2 would play 31, and so forth and so on. And then, probably the fairest way to do it, really, rather than some of the quads or the two groups of 16 split into a north and a south or an east and a west. But they reneged on that due to the increase in gas prices. So thank you, Senator, and thanks, Joe, for that. But hopefully we'll see some good playoff football action on Central Illinois Sports. We'll have the Central Panthers. They'll be home next week, we know, because they're either going to be 9-0 or 8-1, depending on what happens in their contest against Calhoun this evening. So we look forward to covering the Panthers in the postseason here on Central Illinois Sports. In the Sangamo Conference, Maroa Forsyth is the leader in the clubhouse right now. They are 8-0 on the season. Athens and Williamsville both 7-1. Of course, Athens' one loss came to Williamsville. Williams' one loss came to Maroa, and Maroa and Athens play tonight. So that could actually get you into a three-way tie if Athens would upset the Trojans tonight. Auburn is 6-2. Stanford Olympia at 4-4. And then you have a couple of 3-5s in New Berlin and Pleasant Plains. You've got Pittsfield and Riverton at 1-7, and Porta at 0-8. So Athens is home tonight against Maroa Forsyth in what should be an entertaining contest. Auburn is on the road at Williamsville. New Berlin is playing host to Pleasant Plains this evening. Porta is at Stanford Olympia, so you would think Olympia would get that needed a fifth win on the season and be able to move on into postseason action as a 5-4. So they definitely were able to make the most out of their first year in the Sangamo. A team went 2-7 last year, going to more than double their win total from one season to another. So
they could be a tough out, possibly, with some things that they can do running the football.
Yeah, I think they'll struggle. They're going to be a 5-4, go up to play a 9-0 or an 8-1. I wouldn't pick them necessarily as being an upset team, but it's a step in the right direction for the program. They have only made the playoffs a handful of times in program history. So that's definitely a step in the right direction for Stanford Olympia. In the WIBC this evening in the crossover games, Pleasant Hill is on the road at Beardstown. Camp Point Central hosts Calhoun. Triopia playing host to North Green. Route is at Greenfield Northwestern in the game that probably has the most entertainment factor in it tonight. Also, Minden Unity is at West Central. West Central's 4-4, so they need to win to get that fifth. And Minden Unity is 5-3, so they'd really like to move to that 6-3 mark and try to up their chances of where they might go in postseason action. And then Carrollton and Brown County actually already played last night, with Brown County winning that game 50-14 for their fifth win of the season. They snapped a three-game losing streak that had them right on the doorstep of not making the playoffs. So they're going to be in at 5-4, which means they're going to most likely have to play 9-0 and definitely will be on the road in week one. But Tom Little's coaching staff has been there before, and they have figured out a way to make the best out of some of those more difficult draws that they've gotten over the years. So that's a program that's used to making the playoffs, and they will be there once again this season. It is a beautiful night for football action, almost on the warm side, as we get ready for Week 9. And usually don't say that in Week 9, John. Usually you're bundled up here, hoping you're not getting some snowflakes flying through the air as the sun continues to set. But not tonight. Going to be about 69 to 72 degrees at game time with a slight breeze. So pretty comfortable here for the fans and the players alike.
Yeah, a beautiful night for football, especially this last week of the football season. We've certainly seen some much, much colder nights.
That we have. It's the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Applying for a loan, it's never been easier than it is right now with your friends at Great Rivers Bank. You can do it in person, or you can do it from the comfort of your kitchen table, recliner, or wherever you may be, using their online loan application at greatriversbank.bank. Check it out. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. We pause for a break here on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show, but continue on Central Illinois Sports after this.
Timely application of crop nutrients based on soil test results and the individual yield goals is the focus of the agronomy team at Logan Agri-Service, Inc. Logan Ag delivers anhydrous ammonia, dry fertilizer, UAN, liquid starter, and our lineup of Logan Agri-Yield micronutrients direct from us to your field. Striving to get the right fertilizer products at the right place in the right field at the right time, that's Logan Agri-Service. For fertilizer and application services, call 1-800-LOGAN-AG or visit us online at loganag.com. Logan Agri-Service, serving agriculture since 1962.
When choosing internet and Wi-Fi service to meet your family's education needs, it pays to do your homework. You'll learn that Cascom, with fast, reliable speeds up to 1 gig, powered by whole home adaptive Wi-Fi, is the right choice. School has changed, and so should your internet. Contact Cascom and upgrade to the internet speed and whole home Wi-Fi your family needs.
There's a road that makes all the difference between the good and the great. A road less traveled for the few who can handle the grind. One of hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership, with a respect for heritage and tradition and a willingness to adapt. At Little Jess, we travel that road every day because we believe in that difference. And we dare our competition to try and keep up. Little Jess, serving the tri-state area since 1969.
Here in Pittsfield, we're focused on maintaining a healthy, diverse economic base to increase opportunities for our residents. Economic factors greatly affect a community's overall potential, and we strive to continue our prosperous culture. The availability of both commercial and industrial employment centers and new lucrative entrepreneurship opportunities are major assets for growth and development here in Pittsfield. In addition to providing employment and income to people, Pittsfield also boasts several tax incentive districts to further facilitate economic growth. Examples of growth and success can be seen throughout Pittsfield. Pittsfield is located within Pike County and widely known for the abundance of white-tailed deer, and is also home to companies that have capitalized from the region's natural resources. Located over on Madison Street, Whitetail Properties is a major local and international employer that truly embodies the local and economic spirit of Pittsfield. State-of-the-art communications and telecommuting are available here. Be sure to catch their televised series throughout the week on the Sportsman Channel. Come grow and be a part of something great in Pittsfield, Illinois.
Welcome back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Pittsfield and Riverton here tonight. And, John, if you take a look at the Saki program across the board, 1-7 at the varsity level. The JV team only lost 2 games on the year. The freshman team only with 1 loss. So if you're Coach Zach Ferguson, I'd say you're liking where the program as a whole is trending at the lower levels. But you have to be able then to make that step from those freshman games to JV games to varsity games. It's a big leap still, which means there's still a lot of work to be done.
Got to get faster, got to get stronger, because everybody else is going to, and if you don't, then it doesn't matter that you started out with better talent, you will likely lose.
This is a Saki program. Again, they went 4-5 last year. You know, I think coming into the season, realistically, you thought maybe a 3 or 4 win season was in the cards, and maybe you could sneak a 5th win out of it if you played your cards right. The thing I don't think anybody probably anticipated coming in is the Sakis would struggle to move the ball offensively like they have on a fairly consistent basis this year.
Yeah, especially running the ball, because they did that pretty consistently last year with essentially the same running back set in the backfield, but a much different line. It was a very senior-laden line last year, now a very sophomore-laden line, and that does make a difference. Those couple of years of strength and time maturing do make a difference for sure.
You take a look at that offensive line, and there's just a lot to learn when you're playing that, and against the different types of defenses you're going to see. But really, I mean, at this point in the season, John, it's hard to use youth as an excuse, right? I mean, you have guys that, Jaron White started all year last year, so he's almost 2 seasons in as a starter. Tracy Round's almost 3 seasons in as a starter. Your guys who are your other sophomores, and then Ethan Thompson, they've got almost a full season under their belt. So, in this game, youth can't come into play when it comes to that offensive line play. You've got the experience you need to do what you need to do to get the job done.
Yeah, I would agree, Charlie. And The band is taking the field, getting ready to play the national anthem.
And we'll try to bring that to you here as best we can. Mike Side, the high school marching band under the direction of Justin Bangert for our national anthem.
If you're near retirement or thinking about retiring, you probably have questions. How do you make your savings last? How much should you take out and when? You're ready for retirement, but are your finances? Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Derek Harris, can help you build a strategy to help your finances keep up with your needs over the long haul. You've done what it takes to get there. Now it's time to make the most of retirement. Stop by the office at 1891 Main Street in Quincy, Illinois for a face-to-fact appointment. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC.
Time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams County. Phone 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Shootman, Emily Carlson, and Brad Wellman, Illinois FBFM in Camp Point, working for you. Few things compare to Camp Point Central's fans' dedication to the Panthers. The same can be said about Channel and the farmers they serve. You see, unlike other seed companies, they don't have salesmen. With Channel, you get the advantage of a dedicated Channel seedsman, a trusted year-round advisor who can provide the right recommendations for your fields. It's their hands-on approach that truly sets them apart. Customized service, expert advice, elite seed management products. Find your Channel seedsman at channel.com or contact local district sales manager Matt Hughes at 217-242-8852.
Did you know that PCRE Real Estate and Auction now offers a full-service auction alternative? Farmland, residential real estate, commercial real estate, estates, guns, antiques, farm equipment, and commercial equipment are a few examples that the experienced auction team is ready to assist you with. Our team can make the auction experience less stressful and smooth. Check out our next auctions at our new auction location at 500 Piper Lane in Pittsfield, or call 217-430-2985 and speak with Jason Duke to learn more.
It's time to say Pepsi, please, at your local county market. Refreshment Services Pepsi and County Market, your best value for delicious drinks to get ready for every game. Stop by your local county market to pick up your favorite Pepsi products today. Stock up for your next family get-together. Refreshment Services Pepsi and County Market for the best price around on all your Pepsi products. You love them and they've got them at County Market. Stop by today and say, Pepsi, please, at your local county market.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups. They are brought to you tonight in part by Trucks LLC. For all of your diesel repair needs, call Trucks. Trucks is currently operating with mobile service units only at this time as their new building is being constructed in the industrial park in Pittsfield. Trucks looks forward to helping the local communities with all of their diesel needs. Call Trucks 217-922-0044 and be sure to like Trucks on Facebook. That's TRUX Trucks. First for the Riverton Hawks, they are 1-7 on the year under first-year head coach Colton Piper. Their offensive line includes David Leach, a 6'2", 240-pound senior, Cameron Sutton, a 6'4", 220-pound senior, Andrew Watson, a 5'10", 175-pound sophomore, Nathaniel Escant, a 5'10", 200-pound senior, and Jay Williams, a 5'7", 160-pound senior. At the wideouts, Bryce Oberreiter, a 6'1", 145-pound junior, Landon Meyer, a 5'10", 160-pound junior, Terrence McIntosh, a 5'10", 190-pound senior, and Cameron Sklinka, he is a 5'6", 130-pound junior. In the backfield, A.J. Sanderfield, a 6', 170-pound senior, and Ethan Bates is the quarterback for the Hawks. He's a 5'11", 150-pound junior. For the Pittsfield Sockies, Dax Nutter starts at center, the sophomore, 5'9", 250 pounds. At the right guard is Ethan Thompson, the 5'11", 165-pound senior, and the right tackle is Cordell McKee, a 6', 210-pound sophomore. Jaron White back in the lineup at the left guard. He is a 6', 225-pound sophomore. And at the left tackle is Tracer Mowen, the 6'1", 210-pound junior. At the wideout positions for the Sockies, Elijah Leonard, a 5'9", 170-pound senior. Connor Allen, a 6'2", 185-pound junior. And Justin Pinnock, a 6'1", 140-pound junior. And Jeremiah Jackson, a 5'11", 150-pound senior. Laney Elliott starts at the running back for the Sockies. He's a 5'10", 180-pound senior. And Javen Petty is the quarterback, 5'10", 150 pounds and a junior, coming off of his best performance of the season a week ago when he was 11 for 11 passing. Starting lineups also brought to you in part by Illini Express, here to serve you with walk-in medical care when you need it. Open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. every Monday through Saturday. Illini Express sees patients ages 18 months and older with no appointment necessary. Learn more by visiting IlliniHospital.org. They're conducting the coin flip as we speak.
Everybody shaking hands?
Yep. Answering some.
Chatting, talking here, and the referee's explaining, I don't know what. I never understood. What does the referee even need to say here? Hey, we're going to flip. Whoever wins gets to pick. Like, it's the same every week. Never understood why it took this long. There aren't ground rules in football. If it goes outside the lines, then it's out of bounds.
They're saying keep all punches above the belt.
Ah, there you go.
No.
Sockies deferred.
No, as I say, an anchorman, no touching of the hair or face. I'll tell you what, John, one of the things that's been really consistent this season for the Sockies at home games has been that play clock. I don't know who's operating it, but...
well, I mean, except for that first game.
Yeah, the first game was pretty bad. But since that point, they have gotten it under control, and I think Danny Graham is responsible for that. So thanks to Danny for volunteering his time and giving to the kids as he always does time and time again. You remember Danny? He starred in some movies as his alter ego, Jean-Claude Dan Graham. They are getting ready to take the field. Sockies in the red on red tonight. Red uniforms, white numbers, black trim, red pants. Riverton's in the visiting whites with the blue numbers and orange helmets here tonight. Our kickoff brought to you in part by Bowlers Universe, open Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., Fridays until midnight, Saturdays 4 to midnight. They offer many menu items from burgers and fries to specialty pizzas. Try one of their many craft beers as well at Bowlers Universe in Pittsfield. Always a good time for you there. Well, John, week 9, neither team going to the playoffs, so as they say, last game of the season, nothing to hold back here.
Exactly.
Who do we have back deep for Riverton? Looks like we see Cameron Sklinka along with Terrence McIntosh back deep. Tucker Cook has it teed up for the Sockies at the 40-yard line. They kick from the west side, headed toward the east, and it's high school football action tonight on Central Illinois Sports. The crowd is ready to roll here. Cook is ready to go, and he puts his right boot into this one and kicks a line drive kick that's going to be taken by one of the upbacks. That's Landon Meyer. Meyer looking for running room, trying to get the outside, trying to turn the corner down the far sideline, and the ball comes loose, and it looks like Riverton has recovered at the 46-yard line, and that's where the Hawks will start first and 10 at their own 46. So a nice return by Meyer. He did cough it up right at the end, but the Hawks able to recover, and they'll start with good field position. And what in the world does that smell?
That's the smoke bomb, Charlie, because everybody needs a smoke bomb.
Yeah, everybody must get stoned is what it smells like. Trips right, receiver to the left-hand side as the quarterback, Ethan Bates, is in the shotgun. He puts a man in motion in McIntosh. Coming back toward the line of scrimmage. He'll set up now right behind the left guard. Bates takes the snap, but sure thought we heard a whistle there.
Definitely did.
And it is a false start called against Riverton, so that'll be a 1st and 15 now as they move it back to the 41-yard line. It almost seemed like an inadvertent whistle, didn't it?
Well, everybody kind of looked around like, who blew that?
If you'll remember, the last time the Sockies and the Hawks met, they set a new state record for flags thrown in a game. 2 receivers wide to either side, Bates in the gun. These guys out here weren't set yet. They'll throw it out to the man on the right side here, and Landon Meyer, he makes the catch, breaks the tackle, and is now ridden down by Connor Allen at the 42-yard line. Then a little bit of a LeBron James flop out there.
I was going to say, I don't know what that was, but he didn't get touched.
Mark him out to the 43, a gain of 2 on the play, 2nd and 13. I mean, hey, Tracer Mallon says, listen, I've had some opportunities where I've hit people late. I didn't touch him. I promise. I didn't touch him. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right-hand side. Again, Bates in the shotgun. Now he wants to move McIntosh to the right for a trips bunch on the near side of the field. Puts a man in motion the other way. You go right, I go left. He gets the snap. He's back to passes Bates. Time in the pocket. Looks down across the middle. That's Meyer again. He's kerplunked by Peterbo and Allen up at the 44-yard line. A gain of a yard on the play, and this will bring up a 3rd and 12. And the Sockies flying around a little bit to start tonight on the defensive side. 10:49 and counting in the opening quarter. 3rd and long for this Riverton outfit. Trips to the wide side of the field. A single receiver to the right is Bryce Oberreiter. Quarterback Ethan Bates, the junior signal caller, in the shotgun. He takes the snap. High snap, back to pass. He fumbled it around a little bit. Now throws it downfield, looking for his man along the sideline, and that is an incomplete pass as the intended receiver was McIntosh. Couldn't get the feet in bounds, and this will bring up a 4th down and 12. Clock stops on the incompletion, and with 10:25 to play in the first, it'll be a punting situation here for the Hawks. So the good field position not able to capitalize is Riverton. And in to punt is Bryce Oberreiter. Edwards is back deep for the Sockies, stands at about his own 15-yard line. 10:25 to play in the opening quarter. Special teams could be big in this contest for both squads. Oberreiter puts his boot into this. What a high kick, going to go out of bounds. This is going to be a not very good punt at about the 41-yard line, so it's actually only going to net about 15 yards for Riverton, and Pittsfield will take over in good field position of their own with 10 minutes, 19 seconds to play in the first quarter, trying to make something happen on their good fortune on the field position side. And John, football, as we've talked about time and time again, can come down to just simple field position.
Yeah, for sure. It looked like he was trying to kick a ball that wasn't able to be returned, but I think he probably would have liked for it to go about 15 or 20 more yards before it went out.
It was not able to be returned. It almost hit the Glenn C. Smith rock down there. 2 receivers wide to either side. They put Pinnock in motion from the left to the right. Petty's in the gun. Calls for the snap. Hands it off right up the gut. It's Lane Elliott. Going to be tripped up after a short gain up near the 43-yard line. Give him a gain of 2 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 8. 2nd down, 8 yards to go for the Sockies. Elliott, 2 games ago, had over 100 yards. Last week was a little bit lower on the rushing total. I think he was near 50 yards. But Pittsfield fairly balanced last week on the running side and the passing game. Under 10 to play in the first. No score on the Trek scoreboard. Petty again on the gun with the quad set. 2 wide to either side. Puts Pinnock in motion. Fakes to him on the end around. Hands it off. And Elliott this time going to go backwards. Might get forward progress to the line of scrimmage, and he will. No gain on the play. It brings up a 3rd down and 8. That time it was Ethan Thompson and literally 3 guys from Riverton. And Thompson says, I don't think I can try to block all 3 at one time.
Yeah, nobody got fooled on the fake handoff on the end around there, and just Elliott didn't have much chance.
Yeah, teams have not really respected Javen Petty's running ability just because, well, it hasn't happened much this year. Trips right, a single receiver to the left. Petty in the shotgun. Clock counting down, 9:09 to play in the first. Takes the snap, back to pass. Has some time, looks downfield, throws it up, and it's incomplete. Intended receiver was Elijah Leonard, well covered this time by Landon Meyer, and a quick 3-and-out for the Sockies. It took just a little over 1 minute and 17 seconds, and they'll have to punt it away here on 4th down. So it'll be 4th and 8. Ball is at their own 43, and they'll try to pin Riverton back with a deep punt. Meyer is back to receive the punt. Cook stands at his own 29-yard line. Meyer back to his 28, so not expecting much out of Cook. Cook can really boot it. He gets a little bit of a high snap, puts his boot into this one, an end-over-end kick. It is not going to be fielded by Riverton. Almost came back and hit one of their men running down the field, and goes out of bounds right at the 9-yard line, and that is where Riverton will start first and 10 at their own 29. 8:54 to play in the game's opening quarter. So both teams have possessed the ball. Neither's really moved it much on the positive side. And Pittsfield, I say, a little better off on the special teams here in the early going. Pike County Express is your local family-owned newspaper. They've been serving Pike County since 1991. Check them out each Wednesday on a newsstand near you.
Riverton broke the huddle a man short. He had to run on from the sideline.
End on here. The quarterback Bates in the shotgun. He'll hand it off along the right-hand side. Ball carrier's got nice running room on the play. That's Terrence McIntosh. He'll be up across the 35 to the 37. A gain on the play of 8 yards, and this will bring up a second down and 2. That looked pretty easy on that little run play around the right side. Second down and 2 yards to go. Back to either side of the quarterback, Bates. He takes the snap again, hands it off to McIntosh. This time he's met in the backfield and is taken down by a host of Sakis. First hit there came by Pittsfield's Ashton Einson. A penalty flag in, though, and they're going to call a face mask. And
so McIntosh would have lost a couple
lost
there.
To the 36. Yeah, loss of 1, but a 5-yard. Nope, they're going to call it a 15-yard face mask penalty. You feel like you got taken down by the face mask there?
Sure didn't look that blatant, did it?
I mean, enough that I didn't even notice there was a face mask. I'm not doubting there was, but it wasn't one of those things where it's like, oh, my gosh, there's a face mask. It takes it all the way to the Saki 49-yard line on a 15-yard penalty and a first and 10. 8:15 and counting in the first.
Old school refs, you touch a face mask, it's a face mask, Charlie.
Here's a high snap. They get the handoff off on the right-hand side, but the man in McIntosh is going to be taken down for a loss here. Leonard and also McAllister in on the stop for the Sakis, along with Elliott. They take him down back at the 47, a loss of 4 on the play. And it brings up a second down and 14 yards to go here. That play was messed up on the timing due to a bad snap. And that was a bugaboo of Riverton a year ago, was the snap.
None of them has been as bad as many of them were last year, though.
Yeah, they were just not on the same page in the first half of that game at all, or they would have won that contest. Here's another high snap. This one's over the head of the quarterback, Bates. He'll dive on it. The ball's still loose, and the Sakis will recover. Bates tried to dive on it, couldn't pick it up, and Pittsfield recovers it in the hands of Cordell McKee back at the 28-yard line, and that's where Pittsfield will have it first and 10 at their opponent's 28. So the Sakis catch a break there as a bad snap by Riverton sets them up with prime field position. 7:27 to play in the opening quarter. First and 10 deep in Riverton territory. They've got to capitalize on this setup, John.
Did you feel like Bates kind of gave up on it after he didn't have it right away there?
I think he was kind of in a mode of indecision that he didn't know to dive on it or try to pick it up, and he just didn't do either one. Now the Sakis try to run the end-around play with McKelvey Moore. Turns it upfield, breaks a tackle. Still on his speed at the 20, and trying to push the pile down at the 15-yard line. A gain of 13 yards and a Saki first and 10. They run that play just for you, John. He loves the jet sweep.
I like it when it gets 13 yards. I don't like it when it gets -2.
I like any play when it works, John
Yeah,
says.
exactly.
7:11 and counting into the first. Pittsfield a fresh set of downs just inside the 15-yard line. First and 10. 2 receivers to the left in Moore and Jackson. Allen and Leonard on the right. Petty in the gun with the running back Elliott behind him. A lot of men up in the box. They'll run the fake end around. Petty now going to keep it himself on the quarterback keeper. Is taken down inside the 10, down near the 8-yard line on a really good read by Petty. He gains 7, and it'll bring up a second down and 3. And that's the kind of thing, John, we talked about. They're really biting hard on the running back because they've not had to respect Javen Petty's running ability, and he makes them pay a bit there.
Yeah, he definitely did good read by Petty that time, and able to gain good yardage.
Second and 3. Aiden Poore will come off the field now as he was out there at a receiver spot. Sakis will go under center with the I formation. Second and a long 3. They'll pitch it outside. McKee looking for the corner. Has Elliott out in front. He will go for the touchdown. Jason McKee with fellow senior Laney Elliott leading the way. And with 6:12 to play in the first, Pittsfield takes a 6-0 lead on the Trucks scoreboard. So from 8 yards out, the Sakis get a touchdown at the 6:12 mark, taking advantage of the good field position from the turnover by the Riverton Hawks. And Pittsfield on the board first, 6-0 on the Trucks scoreboard. So good job capitalizing. Here comes Poore on for the extra point attempt. He was 0 for 1 last week. So trying to make good on it here on senior night. A good hold. The kick is up. It's a line drive kick. It looks to be good, and it is. So the extra point good by the senior Aiden Poor. And Pittsfield with the early advantage, 7-0. 6:12 to play in the first on Central Illinois Sports.
The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville with locations in Griggsville, Mount Sterling, and Pittsfield. Maybe you ask, why choose Farmers National Bank of Griggsville? The answer is simple. Local people, local decisions, and local commitment with local investments. We have many products and services to meet your needs. We invite you to find out more about us. Go to fmbgriggsville.com and explore all the services we offer. Visit any of our 3 friendly locations in Mount Sterling, Griggsville, and Pittsfield today. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, local people helping local people, member FDIC.
Well, the Sockies did what you're supposed to do when you get the ball at your opponent's 28-yard line. They score in 1 and 15 seconds on a drive that took just 3 plays, capped off by an 8-yard run by Jason McKee. The extra point by Poor, and Pittsfield a 7-0 lead on the Trucks scoreboard.
And McKee rode Elliott that time all the way into the end zone and had a lead blocker the whole way in.
Cook ready to kick it off. McIntosh back deep along with Sklenka. They'll this time kick it deep, and it's going to go over the head of McIntosh, take a bounce, and this one's going to go all the way to the end zone. So he boots it, bounces it into the end zone, and the Hawks will start at their own 20-yard line. 1st and 10, 6:11 to play in the first. And John, I know we've talked about it time and time again, but Tucker Cook's done a hell of a job as a kicker this year. When you talk about a sophomore who's really never done a lot of kicking before, he did a little bit last year as a freshman in the freshman games, and man, he's really carried them on the special team side.
So the ball was hopping into the end zone. I heard someone in the crowd go, oh, like that was bad. Like, no, that's what you're supposed to do. Kick the ball in the end zone, give them no chance to return it.
And make them drive 80 yards. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left-hand side as the quarterback Bates is in the shotgun. He takes the snap. Fakes the handoff, passes it to Meyer on the right-hand side. Meyer turned back in by Leonard, and there's Connor Allen to clean it up. Back at the 19-yard line, a loss of a yard on the play to bring up a 2nd and 11. Nice job by Leonard to turn it back in. Connor Allen with the finishing of the tackle. 2nd and 11 for the Hawks. 5:50 to play in the opening quarter.
Riverton has found Meyer open on this side, but has not been able to get much yardage out of him.
2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left-hand side. Bates again in the shotgun. He moves the receivers both in the left back a bit. Fakes the handoff, looking for the quick slant. Had to pull it back, and it's incomplete. Knocked out of the air that time by Owen Shaw, the sophomore middle linebacker. That'll stop the clock and bring up a 3rd down and 11. Talk about guys that have really had to learn on the fly. How about Owen Shaw as a sophomore linebacker? He and Peterbow out there playing the middles.
He's really done a nice job being in the right place. And,
John, I want you to look at the Pittsfield defense right now. They've got all sophomores on the front and 2 sophomores in the middle.
Yep.
I mean, your 5 of your front 7 are sophomores.
Yep.
And they only get better from here, right? 5:34 to play in the first. Yep, you got to keep working hard. There's a lot of work to be done. Here's Bates, back to pass, sets his feet, throwing it deep downfield, and it is intercepted. Eli Leonard with a leap and the snatch of the ball out of the air. And the Sockies with their 2nd takeaway of the night. This time at their at their own 43-yard line. What a play by Leonard. And they get their 2nd takeaway of the first quarter. 5:27 to play in the first. 1st and 10 as the offense right back out on the field. And this defense for Pittsfield, John, has been, I think they're a little underrated. They've given up a lot of points this year, but that's been a lot of it due to the inability of the offense to move the ball. This defense has been much improved this season.
They definitely have, especially on the passing game, which you have to be good at in this league because everybody wants to pass. Other than maybe Athens.
Here's Petty from the gun. He's back to pass. Has some time. Sets his feet. Throwing it deep downfield. Looking for Jackson and throws it about 5 yards out of bounds. Incomplete pass will bring up a 2nd down and 10. That ball just sailed on Petty. His first incompletion in 2 weeks, though. You'll take that. 1 incompletion every 2 weeks.
He did have one a little bit ago, too, but yeah.
Why do you have to bring that up?
I don't know.
Who else would have known other than you and I?
Well, maybe, you mean other than me. Anyway, but I'd love to see the Sockies get back to that nice little short passing game and see what you get.
Yeah, they're trying to take a shot there. They hand it off this time to Leonard on the right-hand side. Gets a good block from Allen, turns it back up the middle. That's a Yelliot. Yelliot on the run. Down to the 46-yard line of Riverton. Anasaki 1st and 10. An 11-yard pickup on 2nd and 10. And a fresh set of downs in Hawk territory now for Pittsfield. 5:10 to play in the first.
Elliott did a good job of finding the whole kind of feeling what the defense was going to give him there.
2 receivers wide to the right, 2 to the left-hand side. Petty stands in the shotgun right at the big P in the middle of the field. He hands it off to Elliott again. Big hole, left side, has a big gain. 35, cuts back, gets a cutback block 30, and taken down near the 25, still trying to push his feet, and he'll finally be taken down to the 23-yard line. A 23-yard pickup, and another 1st and 10 for Pittsfield.
Elliott with 36 yards on 4 carries now.
Saki's
fourth
on the
first
move.
down.
On the move in Hawk territory. 4:44 and counting to the first. Elliott comes out as McKee checks into the backfield. Takes a lot of intestinal fortitude to keep playing hard when you've been eliminated from the playoffs for basically 5 weeks now in your senior season. Here's Moore, and the Sakis jump early, it looked like that time. Somebody moved on the line. That'll be a false start. 5-yard penalty, bring up a 1st and 15.
Yeah, one of the linemen jumped on the motion signal.
It kind of popped up just a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't even know who it was. You could see the movement.
I was going to say, just enough to make the other team think it could be.
So bring up 1st and 15. Clock still counting, just over 4 minutes to play in the first. They put Moore in motion from the left to the right. Petty takes the snap, hands it off to McKee along the right-hand side. McKee is going to be taken down near the original line of scrimmage. Give him a gain of 5. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 10.
McKee with 13 yards on 2 carries.
Of course, he has that touchdown to his name tonight. On the 8-yard carry earlier, that gave Pittsfield this early advantage. 3:40 to play in the first. Pittsfield with 2 takeaways on the defensive side in this first quarter. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left-hand side. Petty stands in the gun with McKee set up at the running back near the 31-yard line. They will fake the handoff, give it off to Connor Allen. He makes a man miss. Good explosion out there. He'll be taken down near the 16-yard line, a gain of 7 yards on the play, and this will bring up a 3rd down and 3. They really found him quite a bit last week, did the Sakis and Connor Allen, and he had his biggest day of the season.
For sure.
Porter was playing kind of soft off of the slot receivers, and Pittsfield found Allen time and time again. 3 minutes and counting in the first quarter. On a 3rd and 3. They'll bring in the I formation. Petty under center. Takes the snap. He'll pitch it out to McKee. McKee looking for running room. Breaks a tackle. Now trying to get some more space, and not much there this time. Down to the 16. No gain on the play. And this will bring up a 4th down and 3. So Riverton trying to get off the field here. Pittsfield with a big 4th and 3. And I think you'd be giving it off to Lane Elliott right here. Or looking for Allen maybe on one of those quick hitters. 4th down and 3 for the Sakis. 2:23 to play in the opening quarter. Trying to keep this drive alive and see if they can't get another touchdown on the board. They have a trip set on the left-hand side. A single receiver to the right is Eli Leonard. Petty stands in the gun. 10 seconds on the play clock. Puts a man in motion and Moore. Fakes it to him. Gets it to Jackson in the middle of the field. He gets a block and turns it upfield. Still on his feet. Breaking away and take it down near the 2. Down near the 2-yard line. A pickup of 14 yards. Needed 3 and a 1st and goal at the 2. We'll say it looked like Pittsfield may have gotten away with a block in the back right at the start of that play when Jackson caught it. But sometimes you catch a break. 1st and goal from the 2. 2 minutes and counting in this first quarter. I formation is Petty under center. The fullback is Elliott. They will keep it with Petty, looking for the corner, right side, turns it upfield. He is taken down at the 1. Javen was the only guy out there. Had 3 guys. He tried to run through him. I liked what he did, try to be physical there. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 1.
Tried to string it out as far as he felt like he could and just didn't have any more space to go out there, so he went on ahead and got what he could get.
1:27 and counting in the first. 2nd and goal from the 1.
It's a pretty short one.
I'd be giving it to Lane Elliott right here. Javen Petty will be under center. Calls the line set. Takes the snap. Gives it off. Lane Elliott, the senior, with a touchdown. 1:14 to play in the first. And Lane Elliott scores from a yard out at the 1:14 mark and gives Pittsfield a 13-0 advantage. On the Trucks scoreboard, Trucks, Trucks, for all of your diesel repair needs. 217-922-0044 for Trucks. Check them out on Facebook. Poor is on for the extra point attempt for the Sockies. So he'll try to help them extend on this lead here. The holder is Jackson. The kick is up, and the kick is blocked, so no good this time. 1:14 to play in the first. 13-0. Pittsfield leads Riverton. Back after this.
Damon Plumbing, serving all of Pike County and the surrounding area with quality residential and commercial plumbing services. Damon Plumbing offers septic installation, drain cleaning, new water lines, remodel work for your home, or if you're planning a new build, make sure you include the Damon boys. To get it right the first time, no job too big. Have you seen Braden and Doug? Or too small? Sorry, Corby, couldn't resist. Call Braden at 217-491-5415 or Doug at 217-617-2318. Damon Plumbing, recommended by our family for your family.
Illini Community Hospital is committed to providing high-quality specialty care close to home. We are pleased to welcome Dr. William Severino, urologist, and Dr. Mark Mount, ear, nose, and throat physician, to the consulting physician clinic team at the Castile Center. Specialty care is also provided for orthopedics, cardiology, podiatry, obstetrics, oncology, and more. Learn more by visiting IlliniHospital.org or call 217-285-2113, extension 3950 to schedule an appointment.
1:14 to play in the first. 13-0. The Pittsfield advantage on the Trucks scoreboard. Cook ready to kick it off again for the Sockies. Riverton looking for a good return on this go-around. Cook puts his boot into this one. McIntosh will take it at the 15. Looking for the fake reverse. Now he turns it back upfield and runs into a host of Sockies and is going to be taken down there. Right near the 20-yard line with the forward progress. Leonard in on the stop along with Thompson there. Also Aiden Poor in on the stop for the Sockies, and it'll be a 1st and 10 for Riverton from their own 20 with 1:05 to play in the first. Hawks have given it away the last two drives, once on a fumble on a bad snap and once on an interception. So looking to do a better job of possessing the ball this time around. 1:05 to play in the first quarter. Bates in the shotgun. Receiver to either side and back to his left and right. Hands it off to McIntosh. Looks for a room up the middle and just nothing there. Gets to the line of scrimmage. Got to bring up a 2nd down and 10. Allen in on the stop along with Ianson.
I thought it was kind of a generous set, even as I didn't think he got back to the line.
2nd and 10 from the 20-yard line. Also, Levi Kindle on the stop for the Sockies, a senior. They'll hand it off this time to, I believe that's Sanderfield. He'll get his first carry of the night up to the 23, a gain of 3 yards on the play, and bring up a 3rd down and 7. So 3rd and 7 with less than 20 seconds to play in the quarter. Let's see if Riverton wants to run another play here. They do not have to, as the play clock just now started. 12 seconds on the game clock, 20 on the play clock. And Bates in the shotgun, looks up at the play clock. Looks like they are going to try to make another play at it here. He keeps it on the quarterback keeper now. Bates looking for running room, taking that up near the 26-yard line. Gains 3 there. And it'll bring up a 4th down and 4. That's where Riverton will have it to start the second quarter of play. After 1, it's Pittsfield 13, Riverton nothing.
Hey guys, it's James and Todd coming at you from Jersey's here. Hey, and it is a beautiful day outside.
Catch all the action at Jersey's in Camp Point. Fresh, made-to-order sandwiches, wraps, horseshoes. Check out our brisket bacon burger, our Nashville hot chicken. Fried chicken every Thursday night. Enjoy an afternoon on the patio or catch a game on one of our 7 TVs. Queen of Hearts drawing every Wednesday at 7 o'clock.
Todd, you got some beers for us?
Hey, you know what? It's time for that segment.
We love beer!
Ice-cold draft beer, unmatched craft selection, and signature drinks. Jersey's Bar and Grill in Camp Point, your hometown sports bar.
Ready to start the second quarter of play from Pittsfield. It is a 13-0 Socky lead. It's going to be a 4th down, and they put the ball up to the 28-yard line, so give them even 2. Wow, what a spot. That ball moved.
The ball moved from one end to the other, like a full yard.
Yeah, it was at the 26 on this end, now it's at the 28, so it's 4th and 2 from their own 28 for Riverton, and still a situation where I wouldn't go for it. I would punt it. We'll wait and see what they want to do here. They look like they're setting up to go for it on a 4th and 2. Pittsfield got to watch the ball first. Bates in the shotgun. Ooh, they moved early, didn't get called for. Bates keeps it himself, and he's not going to get it. He's going to get turned back, and in fact, he's going to lose back to the 25-yard line. They're going to give him forward progress to the 25 and lose 3 yards, and it'll be Saukey football right there. I'm just telling you, John. You could hire me if you want. I don't know a lot about play calling, defensive schemes, or anything, but I'll keep you from doing things like going for it from your own 28-yard line in a game you're only down 2 scores.
Watched enough Cowboy games to know what dumb decisions look like, right?
1st and 10 from their own 25. This will be the second time the Saukeys have started inside their opponent's 30 on the night. 1st and 10, 11:52 to play in the first half. 2 receivers wide to the right, 2 to the left-hand side as Petty's in the gun. Puts Allen in motion from the right to the left. Gets the snap, pitches it outside. Elaine Elliott looking for running room outside. Gets past one tackler, still on his feet, keeps his head down, rushing all the way down to the 5. All the way down to the 5-yard line. A gain of 20 yards on the play, and a 1st and goal from the 5.
Elliott with 57 yards on 6 carries now.
You like to see good things happen to good kids. And Elaine Elliott has been a pretty good leader for the Saukey team this year. I formation, they'll hand it off. Ball carrier looking for the goal line, does not get there.
I believe it was Elliott.
He gains 4 on the play to bring up a 2nd and goal from the 1. So 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. 11-11 and counting in the 2nd. Under center is Petty. He takes the snap. Going to try the quarterback keeper. They'll push him in to the end zone for the score. 10:59 to play in the half. And the Saukeys lead 19-0. Petty stopped on his initial try of it, but Connor Allen got behind and said, "Here, little fellow, let me push you across the goal line," and he did. And the Saukeys lead 19-0 on the Trucks scoreboard. They'll try to go for 2 now to make up for the extra point that was blocked just moments ago on their last score. So they again capitalize on short field position. I formation, Petty under center. He takes the snap, goes back to pass, looking for Allen. Allen turns it up and runs over the would-be tackler for the 2-point try. 2-point conversion good, 21-0. Saukeys lead Riverton, 10:59 to play in the half.
When you think of fall, what comes to mind besides pumpkins, honey, and football? How about fertilizer? Studies show more than 1/3 of your crop's yield is determined by fertilizer alone. Studies also show as much as 40% potassium and 30% phosphate gets tied up in stalks and residue, as well as high clay content. Nutrient Ag Solutions recommends Titan, which is an innovative fertilizer catalyst designed for use with dry fertilizer blends. Titan will keep nutrients from being tied up and increase fertilizer availability in your crop. Titan is a low-cost option to improve crop fertility. Contact your nutrient crop consultant today. Brian Dickut Trucking, LLC has been in business since 1995. Brian Dickut Trucking offers hauling of liquid and dry fertilizer, grain, rock, feed, lime, with local and long-distance hauling. Brian Dickut Trucking is located at 1878 East 2100 Street, Camp Point. Call them at 217-257-8302. That's 257-8302. Long dumps, short dumps, hoppers, and tanks. When you need it hauled, trust the experts at Brian Dickut Trucking, LLC in Camp Point. They deliver.
10:59 to play in the first half. Pittsfield has a 21-0 lead on Riverton on the Truck scoreboard. Cook ready to kick it off once again. He will put his boot into this one. First time he's kicked toward the west. McIntosh is going to take it at his 13. 15-yard line, fakes the reverse. Still on his feet, looking for the edge, and is taken down up near the 21-yard line. And that's where Riverton will start 1st and 10 at their own 21 with 10:51 to play in this first half. So the Hawks chose to go for it on 4th and short deep in their own territory. It did not pay off, and Pittsfield capitalized on the short field. Real Met and Twine, located just north of Pittsfield across from the airport. Your local headquarters for concrete, lawn ornaments, statues, fountains, benches, and much, much more. Stop in and see Rick and Tracy Real or call 217-285-5013. 1st and 10 for the Hawks. Bates takes the snap. Hands it off to the running back, Sanderfield. He'll be taken down up near the 25 4-yard line, a gain of 3 on the play. It's a 2nd down and 7 now for Riverton.
Sanderfield with a couple of 3-yard runs, 6 yards on 2 carries now.
White in on the stop, along with Forshee that time. See Potter at the other defensive end right now. So the Saki's switching in some of those seniors, and they don't play a ton. Here's Bates back to pass. He's got some time. Now he looks for the little setup there, and it's nearly picked off. Hit White in the hands, hit Shaw in the hands, and then falls to the ground incomplete. 3rd down.
White may have been going to the house if he could have brought that one in.
3rd down and 7. Clock stops with 10:15 to play in the half. Looks like he's run a couple new guys onto the field here. Trips left. 2 receivers to the right. Bates will be in the backfield all by himself. On a 3rd down and 7 yards to go. Now the Sakis jump off sides as Laney Elliott got an early start on the right side, and that'll make it 3rd and 2 now. Much different.
25 yards on 3 called penalties against the Sakis now.
So you got to calm down those emotions a bit and play solid football. It should be 3rd and 2, but John, does that look like 3rd and 4 to you?
Sure looks like 3rd and 4. Maybe the guy has a short leg.
Maybe is the box not moved right? I mean, it should be 3rd and 2 right now, and it's 3rd and 4.
The box looks right to where the ball is.
He's at the 28-yard line. That was a 3.5-yard penalty.
Yeah.
Huh. Bates in the shotgun. He takes the ball, hands it off. Forshee in on the tackle, takes the man to the ground. Sanderfield to the 29-yard line, a gain of a yard, and this will bring up a 4th down and 2. And again, Riverton will have an opportunity. They will see if they want to go for it or not. It's 1.5, 2 yards to go. It didn't pay off the last time. 9:50 to play in the half. Down 21-0, and this time they bring the punt team onto the field. Got to be leery of the fake here, as Oberreiter will be on to punt it. 4th and a yard here. This is a fake, isn't it? No, low snap, high kick, not extremely deep. Edwards will come up and now he let it bounce. He could have just caught it there, and he doesn't, so it'll be down to the 32-yard line. The fair catch is an underrated thing in high school, I think. Don't you? Because
we were just talking about field position in the
Matthew
break.
Edwards has good enough hands that he could have caught that ball, and if he had it, it would have been about the 38, 39-yard line.
Yeah.
So they let it bounce.
And it ends up on the 31.
1st and 10, 9:23 to play in the half. Caught the 32, in fact.
Yeah, you can run up, wave your hand in the air. They can't touch you then, and you catch the ball right there. It dies right there, and
yeah, those yards could be big. Trips left, single receiver to the right. Javen Petty in the shotgun. Has Elliott behind him in the backfield. They will keep it on the quarterback keeper, turning the corner. 35-40, ducks out of bounds at the 45-yard line. A pickup of 13 yards and a 1st and 10.
Petty's biggest run of the year, I would say. He's got 22 yards on 4 carries now.
9:17 to play in the half. I mean, just a good read there. You know, to bite hard on the running back. That's fine. I can run around the end. Nobody around me, says Javen Petty.
For the 8th first down of the night.
This is the best the Saki offense has looked all season. Petty in the gun once again. Takes the snap. He hands it off. Elliott looking for running room. Gets it outside on the left side across the 50. Penalty flag flies. Elliott's got the 1st down yardage, but it's going to come all the way back here as a holding call. Back in the area where I think they're going to call this against White on the hold. And so the penalty is at the 48. They'll move it back to the 38. A net of 7 yards on the penalty and be a 1st and 17. 1st down, 17 yards to go, 9:07 to play in the half. 21-0 Pittsfield on the Truck scoreboard.
Elliott would have had the 1st down, but right as he was bursting through the line is when the flag came out, so may have been that hold was what broke him open.
Yeah, I would say that that's definitely a possibility. Here's Petty back to pass, going to swing it out to McKee. McKee looking for some running room. He's taken down past the first stick, and it's going to bring up about a 2nd down and 9, so give him 8 yards on the play, up to the 46. 2nd down and 9. So 2nd down, 9 yards to go. Good little catch and run by McKee. He went out of bounds. The clock stops.
It didn't, though.
Oh. Went out of bounds, so the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah.
2nd and 9 from their own 46 for Pittsfield.
I believe the referee signaled to roll it, actually. So
I don't doubt it. They give it to Moore on the end-around play. Gets a good block, 50-yard line, 45-40, 35. Runs over a man, spins, loses the ball, and it is touched by the man when he was out of bounds. So I think this is going to be Pittsfield ball.
Should be.
LeMan's legs were laying out of bounds, so he couldn't possess it there. It's down to the 23, and I think Pittsfield's going to have it here. The man from Riverton touched it, but he first touched it and never had control of the ball without laying out of bounds. So it's got to be Pittsfield ball.
Yeah, because he made the ball come out of bounds.
Yep, all the way down to the 23, and this should be Pittsfield ball. 8:16 to play in the half.
Yeah,
and it is Pittsfield ball. First down, all the way down to the 23. So a pickup of 31 yards on the run, and it'll be 1st and 10 from the Riverton 23.
Sockies were lucky to maintain that time.
Yes. Yeah, Riverton recovered it, but the man's legs were laying out of bounds, and now Pittsfield calls a timeout. 8:15 to play in the half. 21-0 is the Socky advantage. We're back with you after this.
Time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams County. Phone 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Shootman, Emily Matthews, and Brad Wellman. Illinois FBFM in Camp Point, working for you. Are you short on time or budget, but your family is hungry? It's time for the Maya Authentic Mexican Restaurant in Pittsfield. Try the Maya Special, a crowd favorite. Delicious grilled fajitas, steaks, nachos Mexicano, salads in a tortilla bowl, the tastiest salsa and cheese sauce around, and the fastest service anywhere. You can afford it. It's the Maya Mexican Restaurant on Washington Street. Call ahead with your order and you can pick it up in the drive-thru. 217-285-4526. The Maya Restaurant in Pittsfield.
8:15 to play in the half. Pittsfield calls the timeout. They lead 21-0. And they called their first timeout of the half. It had the first down and 10 yards to go from their own, or excuse me, their opponents, I should say, 23-yard line. Here is Petty. He'll sling it outside now. Hits Moore in the hands, and it'll be an incomplete pass. Not so sure. I mean, Petty was really close to the line of scrimmage. Either way, it's an incompletion. It brings up a 2nd and 10.
He was really close to the line of scrimmage. I don't know that he was across it, and it's easier to tell because it was a 1st and 10.
Looks like Camp Point Central leads Calhoun 14-6, but looks like Central is down toward their opponent's end zone, trying to score again. And they just did.
That game at Central or at Calhoun?
At Central.
Okay. Wasn't sure.
Clock stopped as the incompletion. 8:08 to play in the half. Petty puts Moore in motion, left to right, and we get a penalty flag here as what? A false start?
I believe the right side of the Socky line moved.
So a false start, and so a 2nd and 10, 2nd and 15. They have had a lot of penalty yards already tonight.
40 yards and penalties on 5 called.
That's a lot. It's still 8:08 to play in the half.
Yeah.
And the second time when they put a man in motion, the line has jumped. Really should be settled. You should be settled in as a lineman at this point to that. The difference in that signal. The referee in the white hat saying, raise the roof. Raise it. Raise the roof. Or he was resetting the play clock.
Either way.
Might have been it. The back judge was helping somebody tie a shoe. He's a nice young man.
I thought he was tying his own to begin with, but I realized it was someone else's.
Petty hands it off to McKee. Has a hole left side. Hits it hard and is taken down near the 15-yard line. A gain of 13 on the play to bring up a 3rd down and 2. So
Key with 26 yards on 4 carries now.
3rd down, 2 yards to go. 7 minutes, 49 seconds to play in the half, and the Sockies looking to convert here.
Sockies are going to go with the big backfield, I formation.
Oh, I might go hard count here. Petty's under center. He takes the snap, hands it off to Elliott, looking for running room as he ducks behind the line. Looks like he has enough for the 1st down. Going to be close. Looks like he's at about the 12-yard line, maybe the 13. We'll see what they where they set it. Did he gain 2 or did he gain 3? He gained...
I think he gained 2 looking at the far guy, but...
Well, it's really close. So he gained 1.5 yards, and it's 4th and 1. I'll be darned. It's 1st and 10.
Looking at that set, it was like, oh, there's no way he's got that.
All right, so he gained 3 down to the 12, and a 1st and 10 from the 12.
Oh, well.
7:09 left in the half. Petty again under center. This time he pitches it outside to McKee. McKee tries to turn it up, looking for the corner. He's got it, and he dives, and he is...
No good, they say.
No good? What's no good? Out of bounds at the 1?
The man signaled no good, so he must have been out of bounds at the 1.
I mean, that's not even really a signal. You could signal him out of bounds, but he signaled no good, like he missed the extra point. He's down at the 1.
So
it'll be 1st and goal from the 1 after an 11-yard run.
Thank you.
So 1st and goal from the 1-yard line for the Sockies. 6 minutes, 55 seconds to play in the half.
I was trying to figure out what no good meant, too.
I mean, if
but
you say you went out of bounds at the 1, how's the clock running? I formation again, Petty under center. He takes the snap, hands it off. Elliott fumbles it. The ball's loose, and Riverton has it. Pittsfield fumbles it at their own 2-yard line, and Riverton has it. So the Sockies come away without points there on a poor handoff. And Riverton will have it 1st and 10 from their own 2. 6:40 to play in the half. And the Hawks with a tough field position, but better than giving up points if you're Riverton.
Charlie, what was the time when the Sockies started with the ball last?
9:23.
Thank you.
Down to the 6:40 mark now. Bates will, well, he's going to be in the shotgun. Stands in his own end zone here. Dangerous proposition here for Riverton.
Especially with the bad snaps that they've had.
He gets a good snap this time, hands it off to the first back, and he's taken down. It looks like he's in the end zone, and they're going to say forward progress to the what?
Forward progress to the 1-inch line. That man is walking down the...
He's walking the line, Johnny Cash. Call it a safety, and it is a...
They're going to call it... I mean, it's literally on the 1-inch line.
It's on? Yeah, okay, so he loses 1, and it's 2nd and 11.
Who ran the ball that time?
Sanderfield. 2nd and 11 here. I mean, both referees are standing on the goal line. How is the ball not in the end zone here?
Yeah, I have no idea.
They're in the shotgun still. Bates is in the end zone about 7 yards deep. He is back to pass. Pitches it outside. The man is hit. Breaks a tackle. Still on his feet. That's Meyer. Meyer did a nice job to break several tackles. Got up to the 8-yard line. A gain of 7 on the play. And this will bring up a 3rd down and 4. Nice job by that young man.
Meyer, the only man with catches on the night for Riverton.
5:55 and counting. And a 3rd down and a long 4 here from the 8-yard line.
A little breathing room now for them.
Yeah, you're not standing in your end zone. Bates calls for the hard count. Nobody jumps this time. Still 15 seconds on the play clock. Calls out the new play. Takes the snap, is back to pass, looking to the right. It is picked, no! In and out of the hands of Jerry Jackson.
Jackson nearly had it and would have been in for a touchdown, just couldn't quite bring it in.
Oh, that's Leonard, actually.
Oh, Leonard, okay.
All right, it was Leonard who, man, he had a pick 6 in his mitts. Knocked it down, so it's 4th and 4, and you would assume Riverton will punt here, but let's wait and see. Their man and Oberreiter stands back in his own end zone with 5:30 to play in the half. So
not an easy punt here either.
Quick series here after getting the fumble. He kicks a kick end over end. Edwards is going to come up and take it on the run now. He will be taken down inside the 35 to the 34, and that's where the Sockies will start 1st and 10 at the Riverton 34-yard line with 5 minutes, 19 seconds to play here in this first half. It'll be 1st and 10 and give us an opportunity to tell you about Moose Lodge 420. Check them out each Friday for their Friday meal specials. It's a new special each week. The food is hot, the drinks are cold at Moose Lodge 420 in Pittsfield. So 1st and 10 for the Sockies. Their last drive ended on a fumble at their opponent's 1-yard line.
Yeah, just a tough handoff on that fumble. Elliott never really had control of the ball.
2 receivers wide to either side. Petty is back to pass. Throwing to the running back in Elliott. Tries to stop. Well, that's a face mask, isn't it?
Sure looked like it.
Taken down now inside the 25, near the 22-yard line. 12-yard pickup on the play and a 1st and 10. No call on a face mask here. So a 1st and 10. And they're at the 22-yard line. 4:45 and counting in the half. Petty again in the shotgun. He takes the snap, hands it off to McKee, looking for room left side. Has a big hole, still on his feet, spun around near the 11. Down near the 11-yard line, a gain of 11 on the play, and another 1st and 10. So consecutive plays to pick up a 1st down, and it'll be a 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line.
McKee with 48 yards on 6 carries.
So the Sockies could pick up a 1st down without having to score a touchdown here. Well, you have to take good care of the ball down on this end of the field. They found out on the last drive. Petty takes the snap. Hands it off this time to McKee, running to the right, looking for the edge. Looks like he has it, and he is in for the score. 4:07 to play in the half, and the Sockies tack on another to lead 27-0. So McKee with his 2nd touchdown run of the night, this time from 11 yards out. And here comes Aiden Poor on for the extra point kick. So Poor trying to tack on the extra point. His last kick was blocked. So trying to get this one to go through the uprights. The hold is down, the kick is up, the kick appears to be good, and it is. 28-0, Sockies on top, 4:07 to play in the half as you watch high school football on Central Illinois Sports.
For the past 4 years, I've had the honor of serving our community as the Pike County Clerk and Recorder. Within those years, I have completed the first ever internal payroll audit in Pike County history, increased revenue with the recording department with implementation of record availability, and administered and or written over $3.75 million in grant monies. I would appreciate your support to continue this progress, and please vote Roseberry on November 8th.
Paid for by the Pike County Republican Central Committee.
Well, it has been a game of field position so far tonight, and the Sockies have started with good position several times. At that time, they started at the 34-yard line of Riverton, and they take just 3 plays to take it across the goal line on the run by McKee. The kick after was good to make it 28-0 Pittsfield on the Trucks LLC scoreboard.
Yeah, Sockies have definitely done a better job in the field position game as Riverton has made a couple of kind of questionable attempts at field position turnover.
Waters Concrete. Tim Waters offers quality concrete for your new build, driveways, sidewalks, decorative patios, anything with concrete. It's Waters Concrete, ready to serve you. 309-252-1052. 28-0, the Pittsfield advantage. Cook ready to kick it off once again here, as McIntosh and Sklinka are back to receive the kick. 4:07 left in the half. Cook will kick this one a little bit shorter, be taken by one of the up men. That looks to be Meyer. Meyer on his feet across the 35. Ooh, nearly broke free, but he'll be wrestled down by R.J. Allred and Matthew Edwards up near the 44-yard line, and that's where the Hawks will start 1st and 10 at their own 44 with some good field position of their own. With 4:01 to play in the half, they need to take advantage of this drive.
They do. The Sockies will get the ball to start the second half, so Riverton really needs to find a score here.
Yeah, very badly need to score if they're going to have a chance to come back in this contest. Bates in the shotgun, high snap, hands it off to Sunderfield. He'll be taken down after a short gain by Peterbow.
Ball came loose.
Peterbow and Shaw in on the stop. Up to the 47-yard line, a gain of 3 on the play. Brings up a 2nd down and 7. Sanderfield is a senior, 6 foot, 170 pounds. Running back, linebacker, type of fella. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Bates takes the snap, fakes the handoff, passes quickly to the right side. That's to Meyer. Meyer has the ball popped out. He dives back on it, but it's going to take a big loss because of it. He'll recover the ball, and they'll say he had forward progress on the recovery to the 42-yard line, so a loss of 5 on the play, and it brings up a 3rd down and 12. Jackson popped the ball out, and
Meyer's still the only man with a catch on the day for Riverton.
Really one of the, I think he might be the only guy they've targeted.
I believe he has been, other than maybe on their one long attempt.
Clock counting down here, 2:50 and counting in the half. Riverton in danger of giving the ball right back to the Sockies. Bates back to pass, looking across the middle. Ball tipped and incomplete. Again, Owen Shaw got his hands on that one. Listen, Owen, it's not your fault. You got your hands from your dad and your good looks from your mom. It's 4th and 12. Incompletion, stops the clock, 2:38 to play in the half. Sockies have 2 timeouts left in their back pocket as well, so another chance to tack on another score here. Edwards is in to receive a punt. Sockies only have 10 on the field right now. High kick. Edwards will have a chance at this one. He makes the catch at the 25, and he'll be taken down right there by Meyer. He slams him to the ground. And that's where the Sockies will start 1st and 10. One of their worst field positions of the night at their own 25 with 2:27 to play in the half. So 1st and 10 from the 25.
They have started at the 25 once before.
Good coverage that time by Meyer on the punt team.
Just wave your hand, and then you don't have to take that hit at the end, though. Again, just...
Yeah. But sometimes you make that man miss and you go for a
no,
touchdown.
I understand.
I just like catching the ball. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like the prospect of catching the ball. Petty in the shotgun. He takes the snap, hands it off to Yelliott. Yelliott looking for the edge on the left side. Cuts back now as there wasn't much there. And gets a little bit out of it up to the 29-yard line. A gain of 3 on the play to bring up a 2nd down and 7. So a 2nd down and 7 yards to go here. Just over 2 minutes to play in the half. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left-hand side. Petty again in the shotgun. He takes the snap, goes back to pass, looking for Leonard on the quick hitter on this side. Has a good gain on the play, 1st down and more. Trying to get away from the tackler. Ball comes out, and it's recovered by Riverton. Leonard got all the way up to the 49-yard line. Riverton pulls it out, and it's going to be Hawk football at the Socky 49. So give them a gain of 20, but then coughed it up. And that'll be another turnover on the Sockies. They're 2nd of the night with 1:48 to play in the half. And the Hawks will take over 1st and 10 at the Pittsfield 49. It was a really good play by Leonard, but was just trying to fight for more yardage and didn't have the ball quite put away yet. And it pops out, and the Hawks recover. So Riverton hoping to take advantage of this turn of events here.
Riverton with 3 timeouts. Did they take one here?
I don't think so. The referees are talking about.
I was going to say, what are we talking about then?
Position. They're going to move it to the 40.
They look like they're walking off a penalty.
A face mask on Riverton, and it's Pittsfield 1st down? Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
What,
okay.
What a turn of events. So give him a 20-yard gain, and it'll be Pittsfield ball 1st and 10 from the Riverton 38-yard line.
Okay, well.
Oh, my
I
goodness.
did not see that flag out, so I don't know where it came from, but.
And Pittsfield calls the timeout. 1:48 to play in the half. They have the ball back. We're not really sure how, but they'll have it when we come back.
Since 1921, Farmers State Bank of Camp Point has been a vital part of our community's history. We are proud of our growth, our community leadership, and our success, which is only possible because of all those who shared this journey with us. We are grateful to the generations of loyal customers, families, businesses, employees, officers, and directors who have shaped not only our story, but our entire communities. Thank you. We look forward to serving you and your future generations for the next 100 years. Farmers State Bank and Camp Point. Together, we are a strong, united community.
Well, quite the turn of events here in the last moment or so. Looked like Pittsfield had turned the ball over, but then a face mask called right at the end of that play. I think the flag must have been laying out in the middle of the P, at the middle of the field here, because we couldn't see it. And not only was it a face mask, it was a 15-yard face mask. And sets Pittsfield up at the Riverton 38-yard line. They called the timeout to stop the clock and have one timeout remaining, 1:48 to play in the half, leading by a 28-0 count on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. Got all that, John?
The face mask caused the fumble, evidently, so.
Yeah. Where's Javen Petty? Oh, he's set up there by the line. Riverton's still confused whether they're on offense or defense. I'm telling you, there was a lot of confusion because no one saw the flag.
Well, and the part of it was that the man that was the first man to come down signaled Riverton ball.
Yes.
And he probably should have talked to the referee first.
He didn't know there was a flag either.
Yeah.
Petty's in the gun, 2 receivers wide to either side. Parks out his cadence, takes the snap, hands it off. Nope, keeps it himself, and he's going to get punished because of it. Not the read they needed that time. Gets to the 41-yard line. A loss of 3 on the play brings up a 2nd down and 13.
I think Yellett would have gained a couple there if he would have handed it off. But
I think it was McKee, but either way, I agree with you saying. I think Javen kind of got a little anxious that time because he said, hey, this has worked a couple of times. It just did not work. He's back to pass this time, has some pressure, setting up a screen. It's a low pass intended for McKee. That'll stop the clock. And with 1:17 to play in the half, it's 3rd and 13. 3rd and 13, what you don't want to do here is have a turnover. If you pick up a decent amount of this, maybe 8 yards, you might go for it. If you don't, you punt the thing.
Yeah.
And pin Riverton deep right before the end of the half. 1:17 to play in the second quarter on the Trucks scoreboard, 28-0 Pittsfield. They've got the ball 3rd down and 13.
Javen maybe had a little more time than he gave himself there.
He will hand it off to McKee. McKee is going to be trying to fight away from the tackler, and he is taken down after a very short gain. Forward progress to the 43, and Riverton calls the timeout. So he actually loses 2 more yards, and it's going to be 4th down and 15 after the timeout by the Hawks. 59.9 seconds to play in the half. Timeout Riverton back after this.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You've heard that phrase many times. And Rod Prentice in Pittsfield, your State Farm agent, is the guy you can count on to be your friend and neighbor in the insurance business. He has a complete line of insurance available for you from State Farm Insurance. You can reach him at 217-285-6930. Our family trusts Rod Prentice with all of our insurance needs. Stop by their office on Washington Street and see the girls. And Rod Prentice, your State Farm agent, 217-285-6930.
If your job situation is changing because of layoffs or restructuring, you may have to make several decisions. One important decision may be what to do with your retirement plan. Make sure your retirement stays on track. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones financial advisor, can help. Stop by the office at 1891 Main Street in Quincy, Illinois. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
They put just a hair more time on the clock, 1:06 to play in the half. Cook will punt from his own 45-yard line. A single man back to receive the punt is Landon Meyer. Cook will kick this one away from Meyer, and the Sockies get down and down it. Helms is going to down it right at the 5. Nice job, Tucker Cook, once again. Nice job by the sophomore. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Riverton with 57.4 seconds to play in the half.
Got a little more breathing room than they had the last time they were down on this end, but not a lot.
Very good job by the special teams unit, though.
For sure.
1st down, 10 yards to go.
Good job by Helms knowing that he needed to get that ball.
Yes.
And not let it keep bouncing.
Yep. Just don't take another chance of another bounce. Maybe you got it to stop at the 1, but maybe it goes right in. Quarterback Bates in the shotgun. He is back to pass. From his own end zone, he throws to the right side. That is to who else? Meyer. Meyer has the catch, but a short gain here up near the 8-yard line. A gain of 3 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 7.
I think Meyer was probably saying that time, hey, guys, blow the whistle. I'm down. I'm stopped. Enough.
Oh, a whistle, and
I thought it was an injury. They stopped it.
Riverton, they do have a man down, it looks like, to the Hawks. And I can't tell who it is on that side. 40.4 seconds to play in the half. An injury here. You never like to see that. They'll take a look at that young man with the trainer on both sides here. And we tell you about Trucks LLC for all of your diesel repair needs. Called Trucks. Trucks is currently operating with mobile service only at this time as their new building is being constructed in the industrial park in Pittsfield. Trucks looks forward to helping the local communities with all of their diesel needs. Call Trucks 217-922-0044. And be sure to like Trucks on Facebook. That's TRUX Trucks.
Charlie, I was looking to see if that was Meyer.
Yeah, I can't tell. He was one of the only players out there.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was thinking, is he would have been one of the only Riverton players out in that area.
You don't want to make an assumption.
Nope.
Because you don't know for sure, but looks like he's holding a right leg. And with 40.4 seconds to play in the half, if that is Meyer, man, he's been one of the key cogs on this offense for Riverton tonight.
He's got 6 catches, only 7 yards, but those 6 catches are all of the catches on the night for Riverton, as they are 6 of 12 passing with an interception.
He does have his legs straightened down. It looks like they're going to try to get him to his feet. That is Meyer down there, and he is sitting up and kind of still bent over. Not really holding anything at this point, but you just don't know what happened. A long way away.
Yeah.
After a 3-yard catch. And he gets to his feet. A little help from his coach and the trainer, and he's still in some distress, it looks like. And we might have seen the last of Landon Meyer here tonight. 40.4 seconds to play in the half. The clock will start with the ready for play whistle here. 2nd and 7.
Unless Riverton took a timeout
Which
there.
they did not. Bates is back to pass. Sets his feet, throws to the right. It is completed out there. This man makes the catch and gets out of bounds. That is Oberreiter. Oberreiter is taken down near the 15-yard line. A gain of 7 on the play. Should be enough for a first down. It's literally 3rd and inches. All right. Not going to measure it here, it doesn't look like. So 3rd and very short. 31.2 seconds to play in the half.
These referees have tremendous eyes, Charlie.
Quarterback Bates in the shotgun. Calls for the hard count. Didn't get anybody to jump. Now he takes the snap. Quick hitter to the right-hand side. Has his man. Man cuts back to the middle of the field. Gets out of bounds up near the 20-yard line. Looks like that's McIntosh. Gain of 5 on the play and a 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 for Riverton from the 20-yard line, their own 20, with 25 ticks to play in the half.
Second Riverton first down of the evening.
The quarterback, Bates. Back to pass once again. Rolling out to his left. Might just try to tuck it and run here. No, he does throw it right at the last second, and Sklinka thought he was going to run it because he had started to turn up as a blocker. Incomplete pass. Stops the clock with 19.2 seconds to play in the first half. We'll have the Little Jess Motors halftime show coming up for you in just moments.
He had to be very near the line of scrimmage when he threw that ball also.
Quarterback Bates in the shotgun, back to pass. His time in the pocket, throws downfield. This one too high, but whoa, McIntosh caught him. Let's say he was out of bounds. And there's a penalty back there, roughing the passer. Mowen called for roughing the passer, and they'll take him out and put Potter in here. So that'll be a 15-yard penalty. And bring up a 1st and 10. So I'll move it up to the 35.
Takis have been called for 55 yards and penalties on 6 called penalties now in the first half.
Bates back to pass. Looking to his left. Completes it this time to McIntosh with some blockers in front. Taken down near the 43-yard line. A gain on the play of 8 yards. 5.5 seconds on the clock, and Riverton will call a timeout. It'll be a 2nd down and 3 here.
The catch was McIntosh.
It was.
Thank you.
2nd down and 4. They don't give much of a spot there. 43, it should have been a... They were at the 30, I mean, the original line of scrimmage was at the 35, wasn't it?
Oh, looks like it, yeah.
So it's second and, we'll call it 3, I guess. I don't know. He gained 8, but second and 3.
You know, it's fine. It's all relative. All relative.
So, Riverton calls their final timeout of the half. And I'll have it here with maybe try a deep shot.
Razzle-dazzle trick play or something, right?
Could be interesting. Second and 3. They say 8 seconds on the clock. Huh. He's back to pass as Bates sets his feet, heaves it downfield. It's a fly ball deep center field, and it's incomplete. 1.1 seconds to play in the half. McAllister had a chance to catch that and went right through his hands. And it's 3rd down and 3.
Charlie, I just would like to say, I don't know who's running the clock, but are we at home? No, I'm kidding. Kidding, it did not take 8 seconds, but...
They added some back on.
They did.
It was down to 5.5 seconds.
Yeah.
So this, barring a defensive penalty, will be the final play of the half. I'd just get it out here to McIntosh and see if he can make something happen. That's just me. .1 seconds to play in the half. Bates in the shotgun. He's back to pass. And a whistle. Legal formation. Nope, delay a game. And so that'll be a 5-yard penalty. Bring up a 3rd down and 8. Move it back to the 37. 38. Huh?
What?
He called delay a game, I believe. And 3rd and 8, and barring a defensive penalty, this could be the last play of the half. I feel like I've said that a couple times. Trips left. Single receiver to the right. They were trying to throw to that guy all the way out there by himself.
Why? I don't know why.
Oh, by himself out there. He's back to pass, looking for the quick hitter to McIntosh. McIntosh breaks a tackle, still on his feet, looking for the sideline, and he'll be taken out of bounds at the Saki 43, so he does get a nice gain on the play of 19 yards, but not enough for a first down. And that will be the end of the first half because there was not a defensive penalty. And we head to the Little Jess Motors halftime show where it's Pittsfield 28, Riverton nothing. Halftime stats and more your way after this.
Here at Little Jess, we value hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership. We have a respect for heritage and tradition and believe in the pursuit of building legacies, breaking records, and putting forth award-winning results. That's why supporting schools and local teams is one of our favorite and most exciting parts of our business. For over 7 decades, we strive daily to use those same values as a foundation to meet our community's automotive needs and support our future generations. Little Jess Motors, serving our community since 1969.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the beautiful and historic city that is Pittsfield, Illinois, a community that feels like home.
Home to over 4,000 residents, a progressive and growing community serves as an amazing place to live, learn, work, and play. With civic, charitable, family, and recreational activities available, you'll never be bored here. Attend an event or festival, play some disc golf on our new championship course, spend the day fishing, or even catch a Civil War reenactment. As a community driven by success, Pittsfield provides numerous incentives to assist citizens and local businesses. Our goal in Pittsfield is to truly advance and prosper. Staying healthy is made easy here, with access to doctors, dentists, and other medical specialists throughout the community. People come to Pittsfield for a variety of reasons: stately historical homes, an abundance of natural resources, hunting, scenic areas along the Illinois and Mississippi rivers, festivals, recreational opportunities, and much more. People stay in Pittsfield simply because life here is great. Picture yourself in Pittsfield today.
Wish you had extra cash for a vacation, a boat, a new car, projects around the house? Free up more cash for the things you want by taking advantage of low interest rates. Refinance your home with Great Rivers Bank and keep more of your money by lowering your monthly payment. Start the process online at greatriversbank.bank and work with one of our experienced loan officers to get the lowest rate possible. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Welcome back to the Little Jess Motors halftime show. It's a 28-0 Pittsfield advantage at the halftime break over the Riverton Hawks. Halftime stats this evening are brought to you in part by Illini Express, here to serve you with walk-in medical care when you need it. Open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. every Monday through Saturday. Illini Express, located on the south side of the square in Pittsfield. Learn more at IlliniHospital.org. Well, Pittsfield got the score. Started here at 6:12 to play in the quarter. McKee, an 8-yard run. The kick after was good by Poor to make it 7-0 Sockies. Then at the 1:14 mark of the first quarter, Elliott on a 1-yard touchdown run. The kick after was blocked, and Pittsfield led 13-0 at the end of one quarter. Then with 10:59 to play in the second quarter, Javen Petty on a 1-yard quarterback keeper. The pass from Petty to Allen on the 2-point try was successful to make it a 21-0 score. And then the final score of the half came at the 4:07 mark as McKee had an 11-yard run for his second touchdown of the game. The kick by Poor was good to make it this 28-0 lead for Pittsfield at the halftime break. Saki's on top. John's got a look at the rest of your halftime stats on the Little Jess Motors halftime show on Central Illinois Sports.
For nearly 40 years, the Niebuhr Funeral Home has been serving our area with professionalism and compassion. This is our business, our hometown. You can be assured we take great personal pride in serving your family in your time of loss. We're locally owned. We're your friends and neighbors. We care about you and your family. Niebuhr Funeral Home, with locations in Pittsfield and Barry, serving our community with compassion and respect.
Here at Mountain Dew, it's easy to tell who really loves the outdoors. For one thing, there's the rack on your car and the hitch on the back of your truck. There's your garage full of toys, from dirt bikes to wakeboards. And there's your cooler full of Mountain Dew. Always at the ready. Because when it's time to get out there, climb into your deer stand or your fishing boat, a cooler of ice-cold Mountain Dew, that's as important a piece of outdoor gear as your spinning rod or your four-wheeler. Mountain Dew. Get out and do.
PCRE Real Estate and Auction is your #1 resource for buying or selling real estate in West Central Illinois. With 2 office locations, one in Pike County and the other in Calhoun County, PCRE Real Estate and Auction is the place to go when you're looking to buy or sell farmland, recreational and hunting land, residential or commercial property. See our current listings at PCRERealestate.com or call us at 217-285-5800 for PCRE Real Estate and Auction.
Press Yours On You would like to wish all the area teams the best of luck this year. If you're looking to get your team shirts or just looking for spirit wear for yourself, remember Press Yours On You. We have over 1,400 square foot of retail space in our shop. Stop by and see us and check out our offerings. Business lets us help you promote your brand. Decoration methods we offer include screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. Thank you to everyone in our community for the support over the last 16 years. Thank you for supporting local. Press Yours On You, 506 West Wood, Camp Point, Illinois. Helena Agra of Camp Point, Illinois is a proud sponsor of the broadcast of Camp Point Central football. For all your seed, fertilizer, and ag chemical needs, the experts at Helena Agra, Brian Obert, Dustin Roskamp, are the guys to call. Let them show you the best seed, fertilizer, and ag chemicals to make your farming operation a success. Call 217-593-7761. That's 217-593-7761 for Helena Agra. Helena Agra says, Go Panthers!
Welcome back to the Little Jess Motors halftime show. 28-0 Pittsfield on top of Riverton at the halftime break. And John, with a look at your halftime stats.
First for the Riverton Hawks, they finished the first half with 3 first downs. Their leading rusher is A.J. Sanderfield, 9 yards on 5 carries. 3 yards on 4 carries for Terrence McIntosh. And quarterback Ethan Bates carried the ball 3 times for no gain to total out to 12 rushing yards. The quarterback Bates is 10 of 19 passing with an interception for 53%. For 45 yards. Passes completed 7 yards on 6 catches for Landon Meyer before he went out with the injury. 32 yards on 3 catches for Terrence McIntosh and 6 yards on 1 catch for Bryce Oberreiter to total out to their 45 rushing yards. 45 passing yards, 12 rushing yards, 45 passing yards, 57 total yards of offense. Riverton has been called for 3 penalties for 25 yards. For the Pittsfield Sockies, they finished the first half with 13 first downs. Leading rusher, 67 yards on 9 carries from Lane Elliott, 57 yards on 8 carries for Jason McKee, 44 yards on 2 carries for McKelvey Moore, and 19 yards on 5 carries for quarterback Javen Petty to total out to 187 rushing yards. Petty is 5 of 9 passing for 55.5% for 57 yards. Passes completed to Eli Leonard, 20 yards on 1 reception, 14 yards on 1 catch for Jeremiah Jackson, 12 yards on 1 catch for Lane Elliott, 8 yards on 1 reception for Jason McKee, and Connor Allen had 1 reception for 7 yards. 187 rushing yards for 57 passing yards, 244 total yards of offense in the first half for the Pittsfield Sockies. The Sockies were called for 55 yards in penalties on 6 called penalties in that first half.
It is a 28-0 Pittsfield advantage at the halftime break. We continue on with the Little Jess Motors halftime show after this.
Did you know that Prairie Land FS doesn't just sell seed? They treat it and box it right here at one of their local facilities, then deliver it to your farm or fields. Growers trust Prairie Land FS to deliver top-performing crop protection products that promise the best performance before, during, and after the growing season. Prairie Land FS, your leading supplier of choice.
Hey, West Central Illinois, are you looking for a great deal on a vehicle? Well, at Westtown Ford, we have a lot full of vehicles. Cars, trucks, vans, SUVs. We've got them all, and a lot of them at Westtown Ford in Jacksonville.
Since 1921, Farmers State Bank of Camp Point has been a vital part of our community's history. We are proud of our growth, our community leadership, and our success, which is only possible because of all those who shared this journey with us. We are grateful to the generations of loyal customers, families, businesses, employees, officers, and directors who have shaped not only our story, but our entire communities. Thank you. We look forward to serving you and your future generations for the next 100 years. Farmers State Bank and Camp Point. Together, we are a strong, united community.
I am Shelley Brinicki. I'm a lifelong resident of Pike County. Pike County is a part of me, and I am distressed by the serious clerical and financial issues of the county right now. These clerical issues affect all county residents. It will take transparent communication and hard work to solve them. As county clerk, I would research, learn, and know the duties of the office. I'm conscientious, meticulous, and dedicated. I believe Pike County deserves the best in their elected officials, and that best can only come from a servant heart. Vote Shelley Brinicki for Pike County Clerk.
Paid for by Shelley Brinicki for Pike County Clerk.
28-0, the lead for Pittsfield at the halftime break on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. Little Jess, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Quincy, Illinois. Place to go for your next vehicle purchase. Their staff is committed to making the car buying process simple and making sure each customer's needs are met. Learn more at littlejessmotor.com or stop by and see them at 3431 Main Street in Quincy. Well, it's a 28-0 lead here at the halftime break for the Sockies. A couple of those scores, John, aided on short field position due to some Riverton turnovers.
Yeah, Riverton turnovers. They also had a bad punt that only netted them, about 15 yards. Chose to go for it on a fourth down where they could have been the Sockies deep. But, yeah, definitely costly turnovers for Riverton on the interception and also the fumble.
And Pittsfield, to their credit, has taken advantage of it.
They have, Charlie, as they've racked up a 28-0 lead, and Sockies with 244 yards of offense on the night, looking more like I thought the offense would look most of the year, really. A little run heavier. Petty has not been perfect tonight. He was 11 for 11 last week, but he has attempted some longer passes tonight, and I do think Riverton's defense is definitely playing differently than what Porter was playing, where they were playing really soft on Allen, so they were pretty easy 7-8 yard tosses. But Petty still 5 of 9 passing for 55.5% for 57 yards.
Other scores at halftime. Williamsville leads Auburn by a score of 28-6 at the break. Rock Island has taken an early lead on Quincy, 7-0 with 9:39 to play in the first quarter there. Also, we can tell you that Camp Point Central was up 28-6 at the half on Calhoun. The squad from Beardstown leading Pleasant Hill 34-0 at half. Mercer County leads Anawan 36-0. Orion trails Rockridge 28-6 at the half. Ottawa Marquette on top of Sherrard 26-0.
We bought too early, Charlie.
It was only 200 off.
We bought too early.
And if I would have won it, John, I would have taken you out for dinner. But as it is, we won't do that. So your turn to buy again. All right. Just like normal. We can tell you Shelbyville's on top of Central A&M 34-7. I saw Shelbyville last Friday night at Decatur St. Teresa. St. T won that game kind of going away. If Shelbyville happens to drop into the 1A playoffs, look out. Especially for the southern half of the state. If they would drop in and then maybe head to the south, look out. They've got a couple of twin brothers that are both about 6'4", 185, 190. One plays quarterback, and they are an impressive outfit. Plains on top of New Berlin, 28-14 late in the first half of that contest. Both of those teams have been eliminated from playoff contention. Chatham-Glenwood leads Eisenhower 42-0 at the halftime break of that game. Glenwood having another nice season, going to finish at 7-2 in the regular season. It looks like with losses to SHG and Rochester. Nokomis leads Dupo 18-14. Looking for some other scores. Louisiana trailed Wright City at the half, 33-28 in a high-scoring game there. Rushville Industry on top of West Hancock, 58-0 at the halftime break. Let's see if we can find anything else for you here, John, before we take our final.
Did you mention the Pleasant Hill Beardstown score?
Yep, 34-0. Said it earlier. Where
Perfect.
were you? Rochester on top of Eisenhower, 42-0 at the halftime break. So on a down year, Rochester going to finish the regular season at 8-1.
Pretty rough down year.
Hannibal trails Battle 14-13 with 35 seconds to play in the half of their contest. Metamora led Dunlap 14-0 late in the first half. Carlinville and Pana tied at 7 points apiece. Of course, Pana, the team that had at North Mac, their first loss of the season last week in a 42-21 outcome there. So pretty good contest going on. Minden Unity leads West Central at the halftime break, 22-12. West Central at 4-4. They have to have the win to give themselves a shot at the playoffs, and trying to better themselves in the playoff seeding is Minden Unity trying to go to 6-3. And we can also tell you, I just saw a halftime update, it looked like, for that Route Greenfield game, and I'm trying to get to it. Maroa Forsyth leads Athens 21-14 with 1:18 to play in the half. So that game got a little closer. It did not. Greenfield leads Route 20-6 with 5:22 to play in the first half of that contest. Here it's a 28-0 advantage for the Pittsfield Sockies. They have the lead over the Riverton Hawks, and we have our final break of the Little Jess Motor halftime show. Second half play-by-play your way after this.
The caring and experienced professionals at Hamilton Funeral Homes are here to support you through this difficult time. We offer a range of personalized services to suit your family's wishes and requirements. You can count on us to help you plan a personal, lasting tribute to your loved one, and we'll carefully guide you through the many decisions that must be made during this challenging time. You're welcome to call us at any time of the day, any day of the week. Visit our funeral home in person or on the web at hamiltonfuneralhome.com. Call 217-593-6517. Camp Point Central Sports are proud to have Dear Wester Grain as a sponsor of this broadcast. Dear Wester Grain, there for you for all your grain and feed needs. Why don't you give them a call and check out all the locations of Dear Wester Grain? With locations in Golden, Paloma, Mount Sterling, Clayton, La Prairie, Liberty, Industry, Carthage, and Blandonsville. For more information, call Dear Wester Grain Services 696-4461. That's 696-4461, or on the web at dearwestergrain.com. Call Best Systems Builders for all your insulation needs. We are a full-service insulation contractor offering both open and closed cell spray foam, blown cellulose, and fiberglass installation. Best Systems has 2 BPI certified professionals ready to inspect your home or business today. You may qualify for incentives through the American Act on Energy program. Call Scott or Michael at 217-285-6005 for your free estimate, or visit us online at gobestsystems.com and start saving money on your energy bill today. Williams Auto Sales, 439 North 3rd in Quincy is your headquarters for quality used vehicles. Shop their 439 North 3rd location Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9 to 2. Check out their inventory of WilliamsAutoSalesQuincy.com or call Tony the Truck Guy at 217-223-3325. Williams Auto Sales, 439 North 3rd in Quincy, wishing the Panthers the best of luck this year. Give them a call at 217-223-3325. Williams Auto Sales.
All right, we are ready to start the second half of play. Pittsfield will be on the receiving side of this second half kickoff. They lead 28-0 on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. And
5-4. Oh, we're not going to count down. They're going to stop the clock instead. So
Pittsfield will be back to receive a kick for the first time tonight. They've kicked off several times in this contest. And want to have as solid of a second half as you had a first half. If you're Pittsfield, no reason to have a letdown now, right?
Yeah, come out, catch the ball, get a good return, and do what you have been with good field position.
All right, John. Let's see who's going to tee it up here. Is that Oberreiter?
I believe it is.
So Mr. Bryce Oberreiter, the 6'1", 145-pound junior, will have it teed up, ready to go here. Sakis are kind of bunched up in the middle there, maybe expecting an onside kick attempt. Oberreiter will put his boot into this one, a kick that is going to be fielded by Edwards at the 17. Across the 20, 25-yard line, 30, hits a little seam, spun around at the 40, and taken down at the 43-yard line. So a good return up to the 43, and that's where Pittsfield will start first and 10 at their own 43 with 11:52 to play in the third.
He kind of got spun around there. I thought maybe he was going to be able to break it a little further, but good field position for the Sakis.
First down, 10 yards to go. Two receivers right, two to the left-hand side. Petty will be in the shotgun with the running back in yellow standing to his right. They'll run the end-around play with McKelvey Moore. He's got the corner here, turns it up and takes a little leap and is taken down right about midfield. They'll call him down at the 49-yard line. A gain of 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down and 4.
Moore with 50 yards on 3 carries, all of them on that jet sweep play.
Second down and 4. Petty again in the gun. Allen and Leonard split to the right-hand side. Moore and Jackson to the left. They'll hand it off this time to Lane Elliott. Looking for blockers there and won't get any. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage and bring up a third down and 4. Couldn't get anything along the left side that time.
Tried to string it out. There was just nothing there. He turned it up and got what he could, which was back to the line.
I'll bring Peterbo in now as an extra off-the-line blocker. Third and 4. Ball right near midfield at the Sakis' own 49. 10:49 and counting in the third. On the first drive of the second half of play. Petty in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Hands it off to McKee. McKee has the first down to the Riverton 45. Good job along the right-hand side of the line to create that hole. Gained 6 yards on the play and a first and 10. So a first down, 10 yards to go for Pittsfield. Fresh set it out.
Sakis brought in the extra blocker and then ran away from it.
They pull the guy from the other side, though. That always helps. Here's Petty on the handoff to McKee again. Has a big hole, trying to get outside. Still on his feet and is wrestled out of bounds near the 27-yard line. A pickup of 18 yards on the play, and another Saki 1st and 10. 27-yard pickup to the 27-yard line. 10-10 left in this third period. Man went out of bounds, so they did stop the clock.
McKee with 81 yards now, rushing.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Back in is Elliott in the backfield. Petty puts a man in motion, and Allen left to right. He takes the snap, hands it off. To the back, that is McKee again, isn't it? He'll be taken down from behind, wrestled down near the 20-yard line. A gain of 7 yards on the play. 2nd down and 3. McKee racking up yards here in his final game as a Saki.
He's got 88 yards on 11 carries now.
2nd down, 3 yards to go with 9:30 and counting in this third period. Trying to add on to this 28-0 lead.
Right at an 8-yard average.
Now Elliott has checked in the backfield. 2 receivers right, a single man to the left. Peterbilt also in as an extra blocker there. Takes the snap, hands it off to Elliott. Running right, cuts back to the middle of the field. Taken down, stretches out near the 10. 10-yard pickup and a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line for Pittsfield. On the run from Lane Elliott.
Elliott with 77 yards on 11 carries now.
So racking up the rushing yards here are the Sakis, and they'll say it's just outside of the 10 enough to make it to where they can pick up a 1st down at about the quarter-yard line. Because this is a 1st and 10, not a 1st and goal from the 10. Ball is resting on the 10, is it not?
Looks like it.
Petty takes the snap, hands it off to Elliott. Elliott right up the middle, 1 man to beat, dives, and he's down at the 1, gains 9. And they'll say it is they're going to call this 2nd and goal. All right.
Yeah.
The chains are just standing up down there. But it is 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. 8 minutes, 22 seconds to play in the third period. Pittsfield trying to capitalize. They did fumble the ball once here. So you want to take good care of it here. Weston McAllister will set up at quarterback. He's under center, takes the snap, rushes up the middle, and is in for a score. McAllister, as the quarterback, takes it in on a 1-yard touchdown run and makes it 34-0 Pittsfield. So McAllister with his first rushing touchdown of the season. And with 8:06 to play in the third, the Sakis have a 34-0 advantage. And they'll kick the extra point, I'm assuming here, John?
I would think so. The only one they've missed tonight has been the blocked one. Getting set up for that now.
Yeah. The holder is Jackson. The hold is down. The kick is up. The kick is online, and they're going to say
no good.
Veered off to the right just at the last moment. So no good. 34-0 is the Pittsfield advantage. 8:06 to play in the third as you watch high school football on Central Illinois Sports.
Abney Home Improvement is a family-owned company with Christian values. We have a passion for helping our customers find the best products at a great price. We understand making a large purchase of windows and doors for your home is a big investment. Our mission is to be completely upfront with you. We have built our business on trust and reputation. We depend on our customers to refer us to friends and family for their home improvement needs. Call 573-221-0886. We finish what we start with quality for you. Abney Home Improvements, 100% satisfaction is what we build our business on.
If you're near retirement or thinking about retiring, you probably have questions. How do you make your savings last? How much should you take out and when? You're ready for retirement, but are your finances? Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Derek Harris, can help you build a strategy to help your finances keep up with your needs over the long haul. You've done what it takes to get there. Now it's time to make the most of retirement. Stop by the office at 1891 Main Street in Quincy, Illinois for a face-to-fact appointment. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC.
34-0, the Saki advantage on the Trucks LLC scoreboard after the 1-yard run by Weston McAllister at quarterback. And here's Cook on to kick it off once again for the Sakis. puts his boot into this one, kicks it right down the middle of the field. McIntosh will take it on the run at the 20. He will hand it off on the reverse play, and the man taking on the reverse is Sklenka, and he'll be taken down right at the 21-yard line. That's where Riverton will start 1st and 10 at their own 21 with 7:53 to play in the third quarter. I remind you about Bowlers Universe. They're open Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Fridays until midnight, Saturdays 4 to midnight. They offer a great menu, everything to choose from. Try the potato skins, that's my favorite. Try one of their many craft beers as well at Bowlers Universe in Pittsfield. I'm being told in my ear now that they're actually out of potato skins. All right, thank you, John. Here's McIntosh as the ball carrier. No, that's Sanderfield, excuse me. Sanderfield to the 23-yard line, a gain of 2 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 8.
I want to thank our guys in the control truck for letting you know that.
Yeah, all the potato skins are stuck on the barge from Ireland, so it might be a couple days. 2nd down and 8 yards to go here after the short run by Sanderfield. 7:03 and counting to the third. 34-0, the Saki advantage. Bates in the gun. Takes the snap. Looking for the quick hitter on the right side. He incomplete, but good to see Landon Meyer back out there. He took a big hit in the first half. Thought we might not see him again. He kind of stumbled off the field. Incomplete pass stops the clock, brings up a 3rd and 8. So Riverton trying to get a first down here, not turn it over quickly and give it right back to the Pittsfield offense that has been clicking on all cylinders here tonight. It is 3rd down and 8. Here is a run up the middle. McIntosh takes it to the 34. Einstein on the stop, or 24, excuse me. A gain of a yard and 4th and 7. So they'll bring the punt return team onto the field. Well, Pittsfield and Oberreeder will be back to punt it away for Riverton. So a very quick drive by the Hawks. Going to take less than 2 minutes of game time off the clock here. Be a good time for a first special teams touchdown of the year, wouldn't it? Not going to have a chance of this one. This one's headed out of bounds. It goes out of bounds right about the 49-yard line. I'm going to say the 50, in fact. And that's where the Sakis will start 1st and 10 at the 50 with 6:11 to play in the third. So right at the 50 for Pittsfield. And the offense trying to make this a game. If they score one more time here, not give up a score to Riverton. Running clock. Pittsfield's been involved in a couple of running clock games this year, but not on the positive side. And trying to finish off the season with a victory here and a couple-game winning streak. Petty in the shotgun. 2 receivers right, a single man to the left. He takes the snap. Ball fumbled, and it is recovered by Sanderfield. And maybe it's still loose.
I think it popped out at the end. No, they're going to call Sanderfield down.
Sanderfield was down, so Pittsfield loses 3 yards on the run, and for the second time, it is a turnover on a bad handoff. And Riverton will take over 1st and 10 at the Saki 46-yard line. 6:06 to play in the third. Caught the 45. All right. 1st and 10 Hawks. So that drive for the Sakis took 5 seconds.
I just never really had the ball.
Bates in the gun. Hands it off to McIntosh. Looking for the end around on the right-hand side. Tries to cut it back and is taken down after a short gain down near the 42-yard line. A gain of 3 on the play. 2nd and 7. Weston McAllister in on the stop for Pittsfield. Second down, 7 yards to go. Bates in the gun once again. Single receiver wide to either side of the pair of backs in the backfield. Hands it off. No, fakes the handoff. Now is back to pass. Looking deep downfield. Man's behind the defense. That's Meyer. He's got it, and he's going to go for a score. Landon Meyer got behind the defender and goes for a touchdown for the Hawks. A 42-yard pass from Bates to Meyer and puts Riverton on the board with 5:25 to play in the third. So Pittsfield turned it over, and Riverton capitalized very quickly with their first score of the contest. On a well-thrown ball by Bates. And, man, Meyer was all by his lonesome back there, wasn't he, John?
2 guys chasing after him, but, yeah.
It's like he's bit hard on
nobody
the run
with
that
him.
time. Let's see. They'll go for the extra point attempt. Here's Oberreiter will kick it. "42-yard touchdown. And the extra
kick
point
was no
attempt
good.
is no good. And with 5:25 to play in the third, it's Pittsfield 34, Riverton 6.
For the past 4 years, I've had the honor of serving our community as the Pike County Clerk and Recorder. Within those years, I have completed the first ever internal payroll audit in Pike County history, increased revenue with the recording department with implementation of record availability, and administered and or written over $3.75 million in grant monies. I would appreciate your support to continue this progress, and please vote Roseberry on November 8th.
Paid for by the Pike County Republican Central Committee.
5 minutes, 25 seconds to play in the third. 34-6 the score now as Riverton scores on the 42-yard pass from Bates to Meyer following the Saki fumble. A drive that took just 2 plays. And the Hawks on the board for the first time. So they showed their offense can score quickly. So if you're Pittsfield, you need to
take care of the football.
Yep, lock back in here. You do not want to give the Hawks an opportunity to get within shouting distance of this game. If you remember the game a year ago, Pittsfield took a big lead in the first half, and then Riverton came back and made it a couple-score game right toward the fourth quarter. Had it not been for some mistakes in the first half by Riverton, I think they would have won that game a year ago. Kicking it off is Oberreiter. Might see an onside here. I don't know. What do you have to lose? He will try the onside, and the Sakis will recover it in the hands of Connor Allen. He scoops it up, throws it across the diamond for the out. No. He just recovered the onside kick, and the Sakis have it 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line with 5:23 to play in the third. If I was going to kick to anyone on that front line, it probably wouldn't be Allen.
He would be the one that you wouldn't pick.
Probably the most sure-handed guy out there. That is who they selected this time, and he was able to scoop it up, and the Sakis with good field position at their own 46. 1st and 10. 2 men to the right, 2 to the left. A lot of shifting defensively for Riverton. Jamin Petty in the shotgun. He takes the snap, goes back to pass. Steps up to avoid the pressure, looks downfield, and he threw it in a pass that should have been intercepted. Pass knocked away, brings up a 2nd down and 10. He stared down a single guy, and the defense was all over that one. Lucky not to have that be a turnover.
Yeah, I locked on our receiver that time, and the man stepped up, just couldn't quite bring it in.
5:18 to play in the third. 34-6, the Saki advantage on the Trucks scoreboard. Man, I saw a picture of Trucks' new building going up in the industrial park. It looks to be a good one. They're going to do a lot of good work for your diesel repair needs. Remember him, Trucks, 217-922-0044, and check them out on Facebook. Petty in the shotgun once again, puts Allen in motion, fakes to him on the end-around play, gives it off of the backfield to Elliott. He's taken down back there at the 42-yard line, so that play loses 4 yards and brings up a 3rd and 14. And shot right through the line, and nobody touched him. And it's 3rd down and 14 from their own 42-yard line. So Pittsfield started this drive at their 46. They're back to their 42, headed the wrong direction right here with 4:50 to play in the third. Bringing some new personnel on the field are the Sakis. 19 seconds still on the play clock. Back to pass is Jamin Petty. He gets rid of it right at the last second, completes it to Elliott. Elliott breaks a tackle, but only up to the 45-yard line. A gain of 3 on the play. And on a 4th and 11, the Sakis will be forced to punt. So another quick drive, 4:19 and counting in the third. And Pittsfield brings the punt team onto the field, and Riverton trying to get a little more momentum headed their direction. Cook stands back near his own 33-yard line. Meyer is back there to receive the kick. And he The lone man back there. Cook kicks it away from him a bit. Meyer will let it bounce. It'll take a high bounce and roll dead right on the 24-yard line, and that's where Riverton will have it first and 10. They're going to move it up to the 25, they say. And have it first and 10 from their own 25 with 3:50 to play in the third. And now a whistle. What are they telling us?
Don't know.
I don't know.
Timeout Riverton.
Why?
I have no idea why.
All right, Hawks take the timeout. 3:50 to play in the third. 34-6. Pittsfield on top. Back after this.
When I'm driving in my car with my family, I've got 2 kids and a wife, and 4 of us are driving a car, we literally get excited when we see a dot truck. It's actually a sense of pride.
Why I would encourage anyone to work at Dot. We take care of each other.
The company continues to grow and expand.
That to me is what brings me to work every day and that I enjoy.
Diversity, culture, family, all of those things. If you want them, you should be at Dot.
.350 left in the third. It is a 34-6 advantage for the Pittsfield Sockies on top of the Riverton Hawks. Riverton took the timeout right before they're going to take possession here, after the Sockies were unable to
Riverton
make anything happen offensively.
Don't know if they had personnel issues there or what, but they called timeout with the clock stopped.
Yep. Quincy's down 20-0 to Rock Island.
Wow.
At the end of the first quarter. I don't know if that's a surprise, but it surprises me. Quincy have been playing pretty well. They're still a fairly young team overall.
They're starting a freshman quarterback?
Sophomore in Little.
Sophomore, uh-huh.
Yeah. Here's Bates back to pass. He steps up. Now he's going to try to rushed outside the pocket and throws it low. And I believe it's caught over there. He's the receiver. That's McIntosh up at the 29. Gain of 4 on the play. Brings up a 2nd down and 6. 2nd down, 6 yards to go. Clock counting down, 3:25 and counting in the third. Trips left, single receiver to the right as Bates once again will be in the shotgun. He is going to hand it off to Sanderfield. Sanderfield looking for running room, and it's been tough to come by here tonight. Stood up right at the 30-yard line, a gain of a yard, and this will be a 3rd and 5.
Yeah, Sanderfield with 12 yards on 7 carries.
Key in on the stop. That's Cordell, the sophomore. He is a younger brother of Jason. Little different builds between those two guys.
Just slightly.
You know something I like about Cordell McKee, John? He's played that right tackle spot all season. How many times you called his name for holding or?
Yeah, I don't think we have. Or
roughing the passer,
yeah, I was going to say late hits or anything. He's
he
been on the defensive line too.
Just does his job. Now they're going to try to swing it out to Sanderfield.
Get that ball. That ball's live.
Lateral, and they are going to say it is an incomplete pass. Say it was a forward pass, and we're going to have a 4th and 5. So a quick drive for Riverton now. Will they punt it away or will they choose to go for it? 2:38 left in the third. Sockies bring the punt return team onto the field, but Riverton is not. Signal like they are going to punt it, and they're going to go for it here. Pittsfield may have to burn a timeout. 2:38 left in the third period. They're going to go for it. Ooh, well, the left guard kind of moved there, but not called. 4 seconds on the play clock. Bates in the shotgun. 2, 1.
That's
delay game. The pink flag flies, and it's a delay of game. It's 4th and 10. That's why we couldn't see that flag earlier. It's pink. It's not yellow.
Could be.
Nobody was looking for that.
It could be.
4th and 10.
Like those bright red golf balls you said are so hard to find.
Now you punt. If you're willing to go for it 4th and 5, why wouldn't you be willing to go for it 4th and 10? I mean, you were resigned to give up. Edwards runs on late as the punt returner. Never like to see that. Things just can get discombobulated. It's a high kick, not extremely deep. Edwards will come up and let it bounce. Could have just caught it. And it rolls dead at the 29. But when you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail. Masaki's punt team fails that time. Punt return team fails that time and gives themselves about 20 yards worse field position as the ball goes out of bounds at their 29-yard line. 2:14 to play in the third. When you're the punt returner, you got to know you're the punt returner. Get on the field. Not being overly critical. I don't think that's improper to say. You've literally been the punt returner the whole year. Probably should know if the other team's punting. Hey, I'm the guy. And catch it. 1st and 10 from the 29. Petty in the gun. 2:14 to play in the third. Javen Petty takes the snap. Hands it off on the right side. Laney Elliott fights hard for yardage up to the 32. A gain of 3. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 7. Riverton's made some adjustments on the defensive front to slow down the Saukey run game some in the second half.
Elliott 82 yards on 15 carries now.
2nd down and 7. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Petty in the shotgun, puts Allen in motion, right to left. Takes the snap, hands it off to McKee on the left side. Big hole there, taken down from behind. But not before he picks up enough yards for the 1st down, up to the 40, a gain of 8, and a 1st and 10. McKee approaching the century mark on the ground.
96 yards now on 12 carries.
I'm going to guess he's about 4 yards away if I had to guess. If I was a guesser. Just over a minute and 20 seconds to play in the third. Petty calls the line set. From the shotgun, he will keep it himself. Looking for running room and is taken down after a short gain near the 42. Gain of 2 on the play. 2nd down and 8. Broken play looked like from the beginning there. Elliott checks in. Two receivers to the left, a single man to the right is Poor.
Peterbilt in at that extra blocker position.
Petty hands it off to Elliott. Elliott up to the 45. A gain of 3 on the play, and we'll see a 3rd and 5 coming up.
Elliott 85 yards on 16 carries
3rd
now.
and 5. The Saukeys do not have to run a play before the end of the quarter here.
And I wouldn't.
I would not either. And it doesn't look like they will, and so we will head to the 4th and final quarter of the season for these two squads, with Pittsfield leading Riverton by a 34-6 count. We're back with 4th quarter play-by-play after this.
Time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams County. Phone 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Shootman, Emily Carlson, and Brad Wellman. Illinois FBFM in Camp Point, working for you. Few things compare to Camp Point Central's fans' dedication to the Panthers. The same can be said about Channel and the farmers they serve. You see, unlike other seed companies, they don't have salesmen. With Channel, you get the advantage of a dedicated Channel seedsman, a trusted year-round advisor who can provide the right recommendations for your fields. It's their hands-on approach that truly sets them apart. Customized service, expert advice, elite seed management products. Find your Channel seedsman at channel.com or contact local district sales manager Matt Hughes at 217-242-8852.
Ready to start the final quarter. It is a 34-6 Saukey advantage on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. Camp Point Central leads Calhoun 36-6 in the second half of that game. So it looks like they're going to finish by a score of, record of 9-0 on the year.
Another 9-0 year for
Camp Point Central,
the Central
Brad Dixon.
Panthers.
Here is a penalty flag. And what is the call going to be here? Offsides against the Hawks, and that should result enough to be a first down. And move the chains to be 1st and 10 from the 50.
19th first down of the evening for Pittsfield.
So a 1st and 10 right at midfield to start the 4th quarter following the penalty by Riverton. They've got Petty in the shotgun, 2 receivers to his right, Jackson the single receiver on this side. Can they draw them off sides again? How many times can you do this in a row, you think?
Well,
so it'll be a 1st and 5 now at the
I'd try.
Riverton 45.
I'd do it again. See if you can draw that guy off again.
Let's see if it's 3 for $1 here.
Primarily just to see if you can eventually make him be hesitant on the snaps, but...
True. And now the Sakis will hand it off to Elliott. He doesn't gain anything here. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 5. Riverton's really made some adjustments, and Pittsfield hasn't quite figured it out yet on the line play. Lose about a half a yard, actually, there. Two receivers right, two receivers. Nope, a single man to the left now. It's Jackson. So they found a gold key. Could be the key to the city. Gary Mendenhall, have you lost your key? They put Allen in motion.
Do you think it's real gold?
Could be. They're going to pitch it outside now to Elliott, looking to try to get outside, and he is stood up. They're trying to rip the ball out. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage again. No gain, 3rd and 5.
Elliott had to do a heck of a job to get back to the line of scrimmage and hold on to the ball there, as they were really ripping the ball, not really trying to tackle him, just trying to tackle the ball.
So it'll be 3rd and 5 with 10:50 and counting in this game. It's been a slow second half. Petty in the shotgun. Calls the line set. Takes the snap. Back to pass. Looking for Jackson on the quick hitter. He's got it. Jackson still on his feet at the 30, but a penalty flag back here. And it's going to be an illegal block on Jaron White all the way back at the 46. Jackson took it down to the 20, but this one's coming all the way back. Block in the back. Or a hold. Block in the back. At the 46.
First penalty of the second half. Sakis has been called for 65 yards of penalties on 7 called penalties. And
that's the penalty they got away with on that same play earlier. They didn't get away with it this time. So that'll move it all the way back to the Riverton 44 and bring up a 3rd down and 14. A lot of penalties still. 3rd and 14, 10:30 and counting. 2 receivers left. Single man to the right. Slow to get the play in here.
I was going to say, they got to get ready here. They're
7, 5.
They should be fine.
Petty takes the snap. He's back to pass, has pressure, flushed out of the pocket, and he's going to throw it up for grabs. It's going to be caught by one of the linemen. It actually was tipped, and then Cordell McKee catches it. Petty took a big shot. McKee catches and carries the ball to the 41, a loss on the play of 3 yards on his first catch of his career. And it's 4th and 17. And the Sakis will have to punt. So the penalty is the thing that doomed that drive. And once again, a big penalty on a big play. Cook will kick it away from the 30. High kick, booming high. Meyer will come up and fake like he's going to catch. Now takes a bounce in Riverton's favor and goes out of bounds right at the 36. And that's where the Hawks will take over 1st and 10 at their own 36 with 9:23 to play in the contest. Pike County Concrete can help you with all of your concrete needs for your next job or project. They have locations in Pittsfield and Jacksonville that better serve you. 217-285-5548. First and 10 for Riverton. Bates is in the shotgun from their own 36-yard line. Takes the snap, hands it off to McIntosh, looking for the corner on the right side.
It's a block in the back or a hold or both.
Taken down there, no penalty flag that I saw.
No, there's no.
36, no gain on the play. Brings up a 2nd down and 10.
There was no flag, but Jaron White was trying to get back to the there to make the tackle, and the man was literally shoving him in the back to get there.
Trips left, 2 receivers to the right. Bates will be in the shotgun by himself. 8:50 to play. Bates is back to pass. Looking down the field, and it is incomplete. Intended receiver that time was Oberreiter. And it brings up a 3rd and 10. So 3rd down, 10 yards to go, 8:42 to play in this never-ending second half. And Riverton trying to convert here. It was 28-0 Pittsfield at half, so it's been an even half of 6-6. Both teams enter the game 1-7 on the year. Back to pass is Bates. Looking left, throwing downfield. It is
picked.
Incomplete.
No,
man dove for the interception. And we have a penalty of roughing the passer on Jaron White.
It must have been extremely late because I had looked away and everybody was standing up basically.
So this is going to be another penalty. Continually have these things happen.
80 yards on 8 penalties now for the Sakis. It's their 3rd 15-yard penalty of the night. One of them was a phantom face mask, but
so it's up to the 50, and it'll be a 1st down.
The other 2 were both roughing the passer.
1st and 10.
5th first down of the night for Riverton, 4 in the second half.
2 receivers left, single receiver to the right-hand side. Bates is in the shotgun. He is back to pass. It's flushed out of the pocket, throws downfield, looks for McIntosh, leaps and makes a heck of a catch, and he'll be all the way down to the 20. What a play by McIntosh, a 30-yard pickup, and a 1st and 10 for Riverton with 8:26 left.
McIntosh with 66 yards receiving now.
1st and 10 from the Saki 20. Riverton trying to cut it closer here. Down 34-6 with just over 8:20 left. 2 receivers right, a single receiver to the left-hand side. In the shotgun, Bates hands it off to Sanderfield. Sanderfield breaks a tackle and is taken down at the 15, a gain of 5. Brings up a 2nd down and 5.
Sanderfield with 17 yards on 8 carries now.
2nd down, 5 yards to go here for Riverton. Under 8 to play. Pittsfield doing some changing on the defensive front. In the shotgun is Bates. Hands it to Sanderfield. Ooh, big hole left side. Spun forward and down inside the 10 to the 9. That's a gain of 6 on the play and a 1st and goal from the Saki 9 now for Riverton. This Riverton team trying to show they're not going to go quietly here tonight. 1st and goal from the 9. Bates again in the shotgun. Takes the snap, hands it off to Sanderfield. He trips as he got it and gets back to the line of scrimmage. Call it 2nd and goal from the 9.
May have gotten a foot stepped on there.
They got a little tripped up. Mowen in on the stop. 7-11 and counting. Looking to the sideline for the play calls Riverton. Bates in the shotgun. McIntosh to his left. Sanderfield to his right. Takes the snap. Hands it off to Sanderfield. He, again, doesn't have much there. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, and it's 3rd and 9. Saki defense trying to hold up here a couple of more times to hold Riverton out of the end zone. 3rd down and goal from the 9-yard line. Let's see if they want to go to the air here. Where's Meyer at? That's been their main man tonight. He's out there
on the far side on the left.
All the way on the edge with Jackson as the defensive back assigned to him. Bates is back to pass. Looking for Meyer. Nope, he looks for the man underneath and is caught. And that man is Tristan Tolley with his first catch of the night, and he'll be down to the 2. So it'll be 4th and goal from the 2.
So he gained, what, a couple there?
7.
7, thank you.
4th and goal from the 2. Just over 6 minutes left. Bates will be on the shotgun on a 4th and goal from the 2-yard line. Takes the snap, hands it off. Nope, keeps it himself. He's got the edge, and he's got the touchdown. Bates with the TD and makes it 34-12 with 5:46 left. So nice read by Bates. The quarterback pulled it and took it around the end untouched. And has his second touchdown of the night?
He's got both of them. Yeah.
And one now to run. So a 2-yard run here. And Riverton will kick.
Yeah, I'm not sure why.
Okay, Overreader is the kicker. Ooh, he's a little
snap was
stopped
very
up,
slow.
and it's blocked by Eli Leonard. 34-12 will remain the score. 5:46 remaining in the contest as you watch high school football on Central Illinois Sports.
Hi, I'm Gage Weir, and I'm running for Pike County Treasurer. Just like our Sockies and Wolves football under the Friday Night Lights, it's time to get our head in the game this November. As your treasurer, I will ensure to hit high marks of success, and I will not pass an opportunity to help keep Pike County affordable for all of us who call it home. As a lifelong resident of Pike County, I know the importance of dedicated and faithful elected officials who work tirelessly for Pike County. That is why we must break through the line of inefficiency and ensure transparency between government and the people it serves. Let's tackle Pike County's fiscal responsibility together. Don't fumble your vote. Vote Gage Weir for Pike County Treasurer this upcoming November.
Paid for by Gage Weir for Pike County Treasurer.
.546 left. 34-12 is the Riverton advantage. The Sockies return men were on the wrong end of the field. Well, if they just scored going that way, you're also not going to go that way.
Well, I mean, except for that one bowl game that they played at Wrigley,
Field,
but
yeah. I don't think that was even a bowl game. I think it was Illinois and
oh yeah, it
Northwestern
was.
there.
You're right, it was. Yeah.
Riverton will kick off. The onside kick the last time. I would expect a similar attempt here. Pittsfield recovered it the last time around. Let's see what they might do here. The Sockies do have 5 men on the front now, where they only had 3 before. So they're expecting an onside. Oberreiter's got the hand in the air. He tries the onside attempt. It will not go 10 yards before it was touched.
I was going to say, it was definitely touched by a Riverton man back here.
Yeah.
Sockies are going to get the ball on the 49. Riverton, I believe. Nope.
Throw the flag.
I was going to say, you got to throw the flag too, though, right, guys?
Throw the flag. It was illegally touched at the 49.
Yeah.
You can do it. You can do it. Illegal touching. Sounds worse than it is. He just touched it before it went 10 yards. And now Pittsfield will be called for a timeout. 5:40 to play. Pittsfield will have the ball from Riverton territory when we come back.
Hey guys, it's James and Todd coming at you from Jersey's here. Hey, and it is a beautiful day outside.
Catch all the action at Jersey's in Camp Point. Fresh, made-to-order sandwiches, wraps, horseshoes. Check out our brisket bacon burger, our Nashville hot chicken. Fried chicken every Thursday night. Enjoy an afternoon on the patio or catch a game on one of our 7 TVs. Queen of Hearts drawing every Wednesday at 7 o'clock.
Todd, you got some beers for us?
Hey, you know what? It's time for that segment.
We love beer!
Ice cold draft beer, unmatched craft selection, and signature drinks. Jersey's Bar and Grill in Camp Point, your hometown sports bar.
.540 to play, 34-12 advantage for Pittsfield. They take over first and 10 at the Riverton 49-yard line. 5 minutes, 40 seconds left. Petty's in the shotgun. 2 receivers wide to either side. Puts Moore in motion. Going to try the jet sweep. Riverton turned it back in, and Moore's going to lose yardage.
And Moore needed to turn it up there, and he would have gained yardage, but tried to continue to trail it out, and he's going to lose a lot.
Loses back to the 45, a loss of 6 yards on the play. And it's a 2nd and 16.
Moore with 44 yards now on 4 carries. All on that jet sweep play.
2nd and 16 on the John Hull special. 5:10 left. 2 receivers right, and Poor and Allen. Moore and Jackson to the left. They're going to have to call a timeout here. Petty looks at his wrist with 5 seconds. The line's still not set. 3, 2, 1. They do just get it off. They'll throw it out to Moore in the flats. He, runs back to where the defense is. Gets up to the 44, a loss of a yard on the play. And it's 3rd and 17.
If he would have stayed outside, I think he could have gained some, but...
Yeah. They're down, 17 yards to go. 4:25 and counting in this contest. Saki offense has been fairly anemic after that first drive of the second half. Petty looks at the play clock, trying to run some time down here. Takes the snap. He's back to pass. Looking downfield for Jackson. Jackson in and out of his fingertips. Little bit overthrown. I mean, just a hair. And it'll bring up a 4th down from the 44. Looks like he's a punt.
It was only overthrown by
a hair.
Maybe, half a yard.
So it stops the clock with 3:58 left. 34-12, the Sakis have the advantage, but they will punt it away here. Cook stands at his own 32. You know what I say? Why not fake it? What makes the difference?
The Sakis did have a tremendous fake once.
It was from Cook to Moore.
It was. Oh, they were a man short.
A man short as Jesse Davidsmeyer runs on late. And now a...
illegal formation. No, delay game.
Delay game. So that'll move it back, and now you won't fake on a 4th and 22, will you? I mean, if you were going to do it on 4th and 17, why wouldn't you do it on 4th and 22?
Sakis called for 85 yards and penalties on 9 called penalties.
Back to the 39. 12-0 run right now for Riverton. They're coming after this kick. Cook will get it away. End-over-end kick headed toward the sideline. Look out. Not one of his better kicks of the year.
Yeah.
And they'll set one out at the 40. And that's where Riverton will start 1st and 10 at their own 40 with 3 minutes, 51 seconds left in this game.
Yeah, Saki started their last drive on the Riverton 49 and then lost yardage on several plays in a row.
Not ideal. 1st and 10. Bates in the gun. He's back to pass. Passes it on the right-hand side, completed to Oberreader. He's out of bounds of the 46, a gain of 6 on the play to bring up a 2nd and 4. Leonard on the stop. 2nd down, 4 yards to go. Clock stops as the men went out of bounds. Trips left. Oberreader is the receiver on his lonesome on the right. He looked at them and said, what was the play? They'll fake the handoff, get it to Meyer out there. He's got a good gain on the play. 1st down and more. Then he's lit up by Jeremiah Jackson right at the 49. To the Saki 49-yard line, a gain of 4 on the play, and that'll be enough for a 1st down, 1st and 10. 1st down, 10 yards to go for the Hawks in Saki territory at the 40. This guy's had trouble catching the ball a couple times. Come on, ref. You got to catch it. 49-yard line.
You got to practice that at home, guys. Come on.
That's why they never threw you the ball in the game, buddy. Never happened. Trips right, 2 receivers left, 3:30 and counting.
Have your wife throw you the ball. You got to practice catching it.
Mom always said don't play ball in the house. Back to pass is Bates. Looking for the quick hitter on the left side. Has his man. Again, a big hit over there. As the receiver was Sklinka. He is up to the 46-yard line, a gain of 3.
Sklinka's first catch of the night.
2nd and 7.
Riverton has attempted 30 passes on the night.
Down 34-12 with under 3 minutes to play. Back to pass. Trying to set up the little screen. No, he's going to launch it deep down the middle. It is tipped and incomplete. The intended receiver that time was McIntosh. And this will bring up a 3rd and 7. So third down, 7 yards to go. Riverton Twine, located just north of Pittsfield, across from the airport. Check them out for all of your concrete lawn ornaments, statues, fountains, benches, and much, much more. They make great gifts at Christmas time as well. We're 10 Fridays to Christmas. Riverton Twine, 217-285-5013. Trips right, 2 receivers left on a 3rd and 7. Bates is back to pass, looking right the entire time. He throws it out there, and it's caught. And down quickly to Griffin Hartlub, wearing the number 10 tonight. Hartlub's a junior, his first catch of the night to the 41-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 5 yards and bring up a 4th and 2. So 4th down and 2 yards to go. 2:28 in counting. Riverton will go for it here. Trying to get a new set of downs. Bates in the shotgun. He takes the snap. Going to hand it off. No, keeps it now. The little RPO. Throws it back to the right side. Looking for Meyer. A jump ball. He jumps in. Incomplete. In and out of his hands. The Saki's not called for a roughing the passer. And that'll be an incomplete pass. We'll stop the clock and turn it over on downs with 2:07 left. So the ball will be at their own 41-yard line. And they can just about run the clock out here. One more first down would ensure that you could run the clock out, actually. Petty brings the play in from the sideline on this 1st and 10. He's going to be under center with the I formation behind him of Elliott and McKee.
Boy, they're deep.
Javen Petty takes the snap, hands it to the deep back McKee. Didn't get any blocking on the left side that time. Saki's left side guys were downfield, but they forgot to get the guys right in front
on
of
the
them.
way.
Yep, lost a yard on the play. 2nd and 11. This offense has done nothing in the last 3 or 4 possessions.
Not had a lot of good blocking, as the running backs just haven't been able to find anything at all.
They were really clicking in the first half, but Riverton, give them credit, made some adjustments. And they've won the second half. They're up 12-6 right now in the second half, but 34-12 in the game. 1:27 left. Petty again under center in the eye. Takes the snap. Hands it off to the deep back, and McKee. McKee along the right side, up across the 45, down to the 47-yard line. A gain of 7 on the play. Call it a 3rd and 4.
McKee breaks the 100-yard mark. He's got 102 yards on 14 carries now.
Good for him. His final game of his high school career. 58 seconds left. Pittsfield could get a first down and then take the rest of the clock off here. Riverton's still got timeouts. Who knows if they would take them or not here if they get a stop. I would think not, but stranger things have happened. Petty's under center with the eye behind him. He'll turn and hand it off again to McKee. McKee's got the first down, and he'll be tackled down to the Riverton 41-yard line. A pickup of 12 yards on the play and a Saki first down.
McKee with 114 yards on 15 carries now.
So 1st and 10, and Pittsfield will really could just take the delay of game here. McAllister's going to come in and kneel this one out. So Weston McAllister will set up under center to take the final play and snap of the season. And of his career, he'll take a step back, take a knee, and Pittsfield wins this one by a 34-12 count. Saki's win on senior night, 34-12 over Riverton. We take you to the Illini Community Hospital post-game show. Illini Community Hospital celebrating 80 years of serving the community with high-quality medical care close to home. Learn more about their services at IlliniHospital.org. We have our final stats. We also name our player of the game, presented by Edward Jones Financial Advisor Derek Harris, next on Central Illinois Sports.
Illini Community Hospital is committed to providing high-quality specialty care close to home. We are pleased to welcome Dr. William Severino, urologist, and Dr. Mark Mount, ear, nose, and throat physician, to the consulting physician clinic team at the Castile Center. Specialty care is also provided for orthopedics, cardiology, podiatry, obstetrics, oncology, and more. Learn more by visiting IlliniHospital.org or call 217-285-2113 extension 3950 to schedule an appointment.
When you think of fall, what comes to mind besides pumpkins, hunting, and football? How about fertilizer? Studies show more than 1/3 of your crop's yield is determined by fertilizer alone. Studies also show as much as 40% potassium and 30% phosphate gets tied up in stalks and residue, as well as high clay content. Nutrient Ag Solutions recommends Titan, which is an innovative fertilizer catalyst designed for use with dry fertilizer blends. Titan will keep nutrients from being tied up and increase fertilizer availability in your crop. Titan is a low-cost option to improve crop fertility. Contact your Nutrient Crop Consultant today. Brian Dickut Trucking, LLC has been in business since 1995. Brian Dickut Trucking offers hauling of liquid and dry fertilizer, grain, rock, feed, lime, with local and long-distance hauling. Brian Dickut Trucking is located at 1878 East 2100 Street, Camp Point. Call them at 217-257-8302. That's 257-8302. Long dumps, short dumps, hoppers, and tanks. When you need it hauled, trust the experts at Brian Dickut Trucking, LLC in Camp Point. They deliver. Trucks LLC will be located this fall in the new building at 14 East Industrial Park Drive in Pittsfield. Call 217-922-0044. Diesel repair service offering 24-hour roadside repair, mobile service units, semi-truck and trailers, farm and ag equipment, DOT inspections, hydraulic hose repair, anything diesel, we can come to you along the road in the field or at your shop. It's Trucks. Call 217-922-0044. That's 217-922-0044. Time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams County. Phone 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Shootman, Emily Matthews, and Brad Wellman. Illinois FBFM in Camp Point, working for you.
Welcome back to the Illini Community Hospital postgame show. Final on this one, Pittsfield finishes the season with a victory. They defeat Riverton 34-12. Sockies finished the year at 2-7. Riverton finishes at 1-8. And John's got to look at your final stats.
First for the Riverton Hawks, they finished the game with 9 first downs. Their leading rusher was 23 yards on 11 carries from A.J. Sanderfield. 2 yards on 4 carries for Ethan Bates, quarterback, 7 yards on 7 carries for Terrence McIntosh to total out to 32 rushing yards. Quarterback Ethan Bates was 18 of 33, passing 54.5% for 146 yards and an interception. Passes were completed to Landon Meyer, 53 yards on 8 catches, 66 yards on 5 catches for Terrence McIntosh, 12 yards on 2 receptions for Bryce Oberreiter, 7 yards, 1 catch, Tristan Talley, and 5 yards on 1 reception for Griffin Hartlob. So 32 rushing yards, 146 passing yards, 178 total yards of offense for the Riverton Hawks. They were called for 40 yards and penalties on 6 called penalties on the evening. For the Pittsfield Sockies, they finished the game with 20 first downs. Their leading rusher was 114 yards on 15 carries for Jason McKee, 85 yards on 18 carries for Lane Elliott, 44 yards on 4 carries for Kelvin Moore, 21 yards, 6 carries for Javen Petty, 1 yard on 2 carries for Weston McAllister for that touchdown run. So that totals out to 265 rushing yards, 5.89 yards per carry. The quarterback, Javen Petty, was 8 of 14 passing for 57% for 56 yards and an interception. Passes completed to Lane Elliott, 15 yards on 2 catches, 20 yards on 1 reception for Eli Leonard, 7 yards, 1 catch for Connor Allen, 14 yards, 1 reception for Jeremiah Jackson, 8 yards on 1 catch for Jason McKee, negative 3 yards on 1 catch for lineman Cordell McKee, and negative 1 yard on 1 reception for McKelvey Moore. So 265 rushing yards, 56 passing yards, 321 total yards of offense for the Sockies. Sockies were called for 85 yards and penalties on 9 called on the evening.
Final score in this contest, a win for Pittsfield, 34-12 over Riverton. Time to name our player of the game, presented by Edward Jones Financial Advisor Derek Harris. Financial investments are important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, parents, and mentors. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones Financial Advisor, understands this. That's why Derek Harris is a proud sponsor of the player of the game on Central Illinois Sports. Now about the night on senior night for Jason McKee. 114 yards on 15 carries on the evening. Also had 1 catch for 8 yards. Scored a couple touchdowns, and he's tonight's player of the game, presented by Edward Jones Financial Advisor Derek Harris. That's going to tonight from Glen C. Smith Field. Sockies finished the season at 2-7, but on a 2-game winning streak and looking to keep it alive as they move in to the 2023 fall football season. We'll have action for you in playoffs next week as Camp Point Central, we know, will be at home. We'll await who their opponent will be. We'll have the action for you on Central Illinois Sports. For John Hull, I'm Charlie Hull.